I've decided I don't really care about doing a setup screen.
Oh. Damn, you don't want to,
I don't want to get Tatsumaki, no.
well, I mean, it's too late. I'm already doing it.
It's true. And it is happening to me rather than my, guy. My little thing. Oh.
Oh, I'm breaking. Hail.
You got too trolled.
Hail.
You got too trolled and
Yeah.
it hurt.
I'm normal now.
Oh, I have to kill you for a second. Sorry. Goodbye.
Oh no, my ears.
I need to make the announcement on Discord, which means I need to kill you.
I can't believe this is happening to me. On the account of all the times this is happening to me.
Welcome back.
Whee, yippee.
How excited are you to win today?
Not excited as you are.
I'm so winner pilled.
That's true. It's kind of disturbing.
I'm
gonna take a step back now.
Okay. We're leaving space for Jesus.
Leaving space for winter. Either that or give a hell.
There he is.
Damn, he didn't even want to take the PNG. You know, what's funny is this probably is a PNG, but it's one of those that have the grid background just saved into it.
It's not. It definitely is a PNG. Okay. The issue is I dragged it from the Google Images link, so it pulled the Google Images URL for the browser.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
Boo.
Okay, fine. I'll fix it.
Yippee.
Go to hell, Eustace. Copy image link.
Let me see if I can get really high def for a second. Wow. I'm smooth there.
Oh, no, I can just... Yeah, there we go. What? Where?
Oh my god.
He was there for a second. I think it's because I dragged, like... He's gone again.
Again? Sorry, I had to get shorter because my ears were getting clipped.
Oh, okay.
While that's going on.
Nope. It's just the URL again, so it doesn't count.
Incredible.
But this time it's not the Google URL, so maybe it's better.
Maybe it's better.
We're leaving space for winner.
Yeah. There we go.
We're obscuring him now. Actually, he deserves to be in the back.
He deserved to be back there, you freaking...
Loser. Useless wiener.
Wiener. Okay, I'm normal again.
I'm deleting him, actually. He deserves to... Bye-bye!
Bye-bye.
Are you sure you want to remove static.nowiki? Yes, no, I'm sure.
I can't believe you biked it up from a wikia.
Well, yeah. It was actually, funnily, not the Ace Attorney wiki. It was actually the Heroes wiki.
Wow. What superpowers does Winter have?
Let's check. Let's see what his power scaling is.
Do you think he could take on Word Girl?
Power skills, prosecutor skills. Hobby, taking about himself.
Taking about himself.
Yeah.
Wiki bros are getting weak now.
You can't delete him like this. I can delete anyone like anything. Rari?
Oh, okay. Deleted.
I already turned your video off.
Leave me back, please.
I raise you from the dead.
Okay. Whoa.
What? Ooh, that's you did a flip. That's I didn't expect that.
Bet.
You know what? True. Voiced by Naotaka Noda, Endigo, and Sonic Shadows fandub.
Wait, fandom?
Fandub, yes.
Hell yeah. Maybe I can land a gig in VA.
I can't wait to be credited for, fandubs of things.
Yeah.
I did a joke post once about Edward Elric. A long time ago, but I did.
Everyone loves a good funny.
Yeah. Speaking of a good funny, let's get in, huh?
Yeah. Oh.
Here we are in the gaming zone. Why?
Whoa.
There it is. It is capturing the gaming zone. It just wasn't for a second because I don't know. I guess it's like gay or something.
If we're gay, we'd be looking at an image of. Well, we would be looking at the game more now.
That's true. We'd be looking at that man and thinking about him.
Yeah, that's true.
Ba-da-da-da-da. All right, here we go. They cleaned up the courtyard, and now it's a basketball court.
Hey, Zach.
Yeah? Oh,
Hey,
right.
Zach.
No, die. Don't whisper in my ear. I'll kill you.
Oh, okay. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Jojo. Welcome back.
Yippee.
Now you can see.
I can see so many things. I can see, like, the times.
Hoot. Here we are again. Let's hope we can find something this time that will finally reveal the truth behind it all. Although that might be easier said than done.
There's nothing left to investigate.
Judge Gavel's deduction yesterday.
There's another possibility you seem to have overlooked. The well in the yard. Couldn't a body not have entered the tunnel from there? In summary, the body must have been thrown down the well and moved to the workshop.
What? Well?
At some point during the show. Tell me, who else could have done that but Mr. Saint?
Someone else.
Yeah.
Had Knight's body really been thrown down the well? The answer to that question will surely show us the way forward. Way forward?
Oh, wow.
But before we begin, let me toss out some shit I do not need. We kind of got a lot of shit. Yeah. It sure took a while to find the actual murder weapon. Yeah. Oh, I don't think we actually inspected it, huh?
This bell's the same as the one on Helmet's collar, right?
Yes, the bell is something of a trademark for Mr. Canis.
An assassin with a trademark? You'd think you'd want to stay anonymous.
Isn't that true of great thieves, too?
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, you don't know anything about great thieving, do you?
And I'm glad I don't.
Great thieves are only great because they stand out from the crowd.
And what's in it for a thief to stand out like that other than to attract the police's attention?
Well, I mean, maybe a cool movie deal.
Also, all caps are bumbling idiots. All cops are bumbling idiots, so, it's fine.
I wonder how smart a cap is.
Not very.
Damn.
And there's blood on here. Mr. Canis hid this chisel in his dog's mouth.
Do you think it's our murder weapon, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's too early to tell, but the fact that blood was found on it is certainly incriminating. At the very least, it's not something we can discount as unrelated to the case. Yeah, and we still haven't found the actual crime scene. That's very true. Okay. Anyways, tossing out some shit. Remaining evidence has been rearranged. Okay. Okay, so we threw out this, some shit, and I don't really know what. Oh well.
Yeah. Well, let's see here. Huh. There's a cover on it.
I see that, Kay. A dried up well slap bang in the middle of a prison? Figures it'd be locked.
Well, luckily, I'm a master lockpicker. Want me to do my stuff?
I think not. We'll do this investigation by the book.
Oh, come on. Don't be such a stick in the mud. Whoa!
What is it, Kay?
The lock's broken, and from the looks of it, it's been broken for a long time.
If that's the case, then anyone could have thrown Knight's body down the well.
Interesting.
Judge Gavel's theory was that Mr. Saint carried out the murder here in the yard. And then, during the performance, he threw the body down the well. What are you thinking, Malzerino? Plausible or no?
Oh, why don't we see if Missile can help us out again? He'll be able to tell if Mr. Knight's body was here, and which way it went.
Good idea. I'll call Gumshoe.
I'm finally full of good ideas.
Gumshoe speaking. Detective, I need your assistance. Come to the prison yard and bring Missile with you. You bet, sir. Gumshoe's 7 secret weapons to the rescue again, huh? Missile belongs to the precinct.
I mean, you know, you can be a secret weapon of the precinct.
That's true, but he calls them Gumshoe's secret weapons.
Well, I guess the precinct doesn't understand how valuable of a weapon he is.
That's true. You know, that's so true.
Missile of mass destruction.
I'd also like you to bring one of our witnesses to mass destroy everyone. Get Miss Regina Barry to come down here with you. Yes, sir! I'll be there before you know it! Beep.
So, what shall we do while we're waiting for Gummy? How about a quick game of hide and go seek?
Fun idea, kiddo, but where exactly would we hide? He's not seriously considering it. Your game can wait, Kay. We need to call on one of your more practical skills. I think you know the one.
Oh, you bet I do. One crime scene recreation coming right up.
Say what now?
Let me show you. Introducing a great thief's great secret weapon, Little Thief.
Theme of K. Little Thief!
Beep.
Whoa! Screens appearing from thin air? This is some next level tech, little sis. Want to talk me through the deets? What are you doing now?
I'm inputting everything we need for the simulation.
Allow me to explain. This is Mr. Thief. No, it's Little Thief. It's a device that can recreate crime scenes at specific moments in time based on the data you feed it.
How about I start us off with a recreation of what the yard looked like yesterday?
Good idea. That was when they were in the middle of tearing down the stage. We didn't pay much attention to the well then. Who knows, we may have overlooked something.
Leave it to me. I'll use the photo I took. Beep 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 boop beep 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 beep. That's all the data. Just gotta pump the projection power to max and... Dark skies of evening, when no other bird dares take wing, one alone who remains all-seeing. Now witness the true power of a real, modern-day Robin Hood.
This would be awesome tech, because you'd just be able to case any joint, like, instantly. You'd be able to go home and just like project out like, okay, so this is what Fort Knox looks like. And this is where all the gold is.
We don't have to be like BBC Sherlock.
In my mind palace. That's where I saw a fucking post that was like, so if compare like a smart character written by smart people, what's that movie with the like old serial killer guy? No Country for Old Men? Is that the one? Smart character written by smart people. He goes and cases a hotel room beforehand because he's going to go kill people that are in the other hotel room. So he figures out which walls he can shoot through, yada, yada. But if it was Sherlock, what they would do is Sherlock would throw a peanut at a guy because he saw that he was allergic to peanuts somehow, and you didn't know that. And then he would die. Then the other one would kill himself because they were actually gay lovers because he detected the faint smell of penis on his breath. Anyways. Come on, little thief. Yipes! What is this?
It's a recreation of how things worked yesterday, modeled on the data I gave Little Teeth. This gadget was a tool used by the original Yatagrass, but they used it to plan robberies instead.
Well, there's no harm in using it for something on the right side of the law now.
Oh, but keep in mind that it can only recreate what you tell it to. It can't simulate things it doesn't have data for, and if the data itself contains mistakes, then you wind up with those same mistakes in the recreation too.
But this particular recreation is based on Kay's photos, so we shouldn't run into any problems yet. That's enough preamble. Shall we get started?
Don't forget, you can examine stuff in the recreation just like in real life. You can also present evidence to try and clear up any inconsistencies you find.
Of course. Thank you for the reminder. Now let's take a look at that well.
Jeez, we should do this more often.
Yeah, Kay?
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
Notice anything?
Wouldn't it be great if we could find an alibi for Simeon?
Careful, bringing your personal feelings into this risks introducing bias to our findings. You must keep a cool head at all times while gathering information as quickly as possible.
Oh, so that's why you go around glaring at people. You're using your icy stare to methodically analyze your tight-lipped opponents.
Do I really come across as that cold of a man? Like, yes, some of it is on purpose, but come on.
Yeah, you're kind of like a snowman with frowny eyebrows.
There's a sturdy-looking hemp rope lying on the ground. How do you know it's made out of hemp? Is it just...
Sniff it.
I see. Oh, they didn't get all of it out. Let me...
You can't get high from hemp.
But what if they made it bad?
That would be a lot of hemp to burn. Kind of reminds me of the ropes we used for playing tug of war at school.
The answer is no, Kay.
Aww. I didn't even say anything yet.
I see it also has a metal stake attached to one end.
Oh yeah, it looks like something you used to put up a tent.
But there was no tent, was there? In which case, what was it used for?
I mean, circuses are kind of like the big tent.
Yeah, but they didn't put up a big top tent, did they?
Yeah, that was kind of... Maybe they wanted to, but they're like, oh, we got the pyrotechnics, we probably shouldn't.
The pyrotechnics? That'd be terrible in a prison, honestly.
I mean, the picture has a flaming wheel that
That is pyrotechnics, that's
right.
True. What are a bunch of pulleys doing here? They don't seem to be well pulleys for lifting buckets. 30 pound. It's 30 pounds. Edgeworth. It's not that hard to read.
Remember, this is Edgeworth doesn't see in HD.
Oh yeah, he's seeing it in the original sprites.
Mhm.
30 pounds.
That'd be nice if you could switch between the two versions. Wait, can't you do that?
No.
Or it's just the sprites?
It's just the game sprites, yeah. And also you have to go back to the title screen to do it, so.
That's funny.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if you could like Halo Master Edition or collectors.
Have the original.
Oh yeah, Master Collection. Yeah, and you just press one button and it literally flips between the two different ones. It's crazy what they did.
Technology's crazy.
Yeah. What does anyone need such a heavy weight for anyways?
Doesn't seem related to the circus show at any rate.
Also, why is 30 pounds considered heavy?
Well, because I'm a weak little baby boy.
I see.
No sign of the bucket, though. I hope there's nothing else to investigate. Anyways, and these chairs.
Wow, I pity whoever had to put them all away.
This is the same conversation.
Yeah, it is.
I've told other people to do it, though.
I won't lie, I don't think doing this is that hard either, actually.
It probably isn't, but it's like annoying manual labor, is what I'd
When
say.
I say I think, I mean like I personally, because I've done this, so it's like it's not that bad.
Oh, I haven't.
Maybe
I
it's
didn't look at
because-
the well because it's. Sorry.
Oh yeah, you think you would have already analyzed it from the outs, from before going here?
Yeah, the well was behind the stage, which means there aren't many people who could have thrown Knight's body down it during the show. It's looking worse and worse for Mr. Saint. Okay.
So what do you think all the stuff around the well was used for? I can't see any of the animals needing them for their part of the performance.
Indeed. Nothing immediately strikes me as a likely purpose. We'll have to ask Miss Berry later. Now there's a question, a check mark. Yay.
Yippee.
As is where the show stage stood. Ugh.
Do you think people would be interested in a great thieving show?
This is the same conversation we did yesterday, Kay.
But I mean, like, come on, let me run the skit by you.
No.
Okay, first, no.
The Great Thief's great secret weapon. Color me intrigued, Malzarino. Not exactly by-the-book stuff, though, yeah? Using Great Thief doodads in an official investigation. Whoa, enough with the death stares, Chief. I'm cool, okay? I can keep a secret. You and your friend want a little, I'm cool, man. I can chill. You know, in Europe, this stuff's legal. It sure is green around here. Anything for the truth, am I right? That's why I toke up so much. It's possible that vital evidence has already been destroyed. Without Kay's reproduction of the scene, we have no hope of finding it. Hey, relax. Like I said, I'll just zip it and nod politely while you cats do your thing. Thank you. That'd be very helpful. What was the name of our trunk-happy friend again?
Isaiah the Asian elephant. Bonk.
Course, how could I forget? Not exactly inspired, though, is it? Was Miss Berry having an off day when she came up with it?
Oh my gosh, Mr. Edgeworth, not in front of the poor elephant herself.
What a lame-ass, lazy name. That's all there is for now. Gumshoe should be here soon, too. Okay, you can power down Mr. Thief now.
Sure thing. Prepare to return to normality.
Normal's just a setting on Great Thief. On Little Thief.
Great Little Thief.
Schlurp.
Great things. Little packages.
Sorry, sir. Came as quick as I could.
I don't know why I have to put that in question marks.
Yeah.
Ha! Speak of the devil.
Ah, detective. That was indeed impressively quick. Why is Missile mad? Oh no. You know me, sir. Never did like to keep you waiting. Huh? I haven't watched the trailer yet for Death Stranding 2.
Oh, what?
I haven't watched the trailer for Death Stranding 2 yet. I saw him say, keep you waiting. Huh?
Oh. Funny. You should watch it. It's I can't believe it's 10 minutes and all the 10 minutes are going, oh my god.
Damn.
Then I'm gonna explode. Keep going. Thanks for coming all the way too, Regina. No problem. This seemed way more fun than rehearsals, so I ditched them for the day.
It's very much appreciated. All right, detective. Let's get started with Missile. Yes, sir! Hey, Missile! Over here, boy! What's the matter? Come on, boy, come on! What's wrong with him? Looks like he's scared of something, sir. Well, yeah. Alligator! Guess he's not a fan, sir. Well, I doubt he'll be of much help to us like this. Any other bright ideas, Mouserino? Yes, actually. Miss Barry, would you mind lending us a hand?
Oh, I'd love to. Just tell me what you need.
Kill that thing.
I mean, I could just,
No.
at it.
Kill it.
Do you want me to teach you? Do you want me to teach Allie some tricks?
I don't doubt she could do it, but nothing quite like that. I'd simply like an account of what the yard looked like during the show.
I like where this is going. You're thinking of using Little Thief again, am I right?
If you'd be so kind.
Beep, 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 beep. Okay, I've plugged in all the data. Firing up the simulation.
Return to the past now.
Beep, beep, beep.
Some of my mutuals have been rewatching Code Lyoko.
I can't believe this. I take this back. I can believe this. Here you go. This is what the yard was like during the show. I'm sorry, I just can't stand French animation.
But Rari, the foreheads were such an inspired choice.
They sure were a choice.
You see, Vanilla agrees. Code Lyoko was so good. I liked the part where they had a supercomputer, and the way that they made it so that the super virus that gets out and terrorizes everyone gets ignored is they just also have a fucking time machine, and that's not a central plot point.
I think I just got super thrown off by the designs, so hard, and I only watched one episode that was so extremely boring to me.
No, that's
I
fair.
Just didn't bother watching anything else.
I think a lot of season 1 was also a lot of Monster of the Week. They didn't have the later seasons got much more episodic. Yeah. But genuinely, I've gone on a deep dive before. I don't think they ever really go into that much detail on why Jeremy can just say, return to the past now, and then they just go back a day. And then no one remembers.
Super power.
Season 2 is peak. Was that when Aelita gets a body? Because I think the black-haired kid gets added way later. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Anyways, the time at which the body was purported to have been thrown down the well.
Oh, wow, this is so amazing. It's like magic. No magic here, just sweet, sweet data.
Okay, no, it's pretty magic, okay? You can't, like...
Yeah, this is insane. Which is why,
The area behind the stage is missing.
Yeah, Regina said she wasn't involved in getting the stage set up. So we don't have any data on what it was like back there.
No data, no simulation, huh? Brutal.
Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. It's all because I let Simeon do everything by himself.
Oh, no. It's all my frilly associate's fault. Objection, Fender.
Anyway, we've got a fresh simulation now, but we still have the other data too. I can switch back whenever you want to the recreation of them taking down the stage.
So we can examine the scene both during and after the show. And switch between the two at will. I can switch by using T to talk with K.
I'm glad I'm not a mind reader.
By... What do you mean by T, Mr. Edgeworth? How'd you make that sound with your mouth? Now, let's continue our Ace Attorney 2 Investigations 2, shall we? You think he was also in Season 2? What was his name? Zach? If you're switching back to the previous simulation, why they brought the investigation complete? So that they could bring in Gumshoe and Regina, and also so you could save. Actually, no, you couldn't
Also
save through any of that.
Go talk to Missile.
Okay. I'd call him a coward, except I would also be scared of an alligator.
Yeah. It's a very normal reaction.
Yeah. It's as bad as it looks, sir. Poor little guy scared out of his skin. I'd hoped to have him track that scent again, but that clearly isn't in the cards now. Don't say a word, sir. I know just what you're looking for. It's written all over your face. It is. Missile may be temporarily out of action, but my fishing rod is good to go whenever you need it. Oh, and if you want to give the metal detector a shot, I have that too. I really feel like the fishing rod's actually the better option, just to, go okay, so what's down the well?
Well, if the lock's broken, we can just go down there ourselves.
It's not like a ladder's there.
I mean...
We would need to set up the pulley and the rope's gone, so...
No, there's more rope. Yeah, man. Maybe in the recreation, but in reality, it's there.
In reality, it's not there. In reality, the recreation, the rope was moved.
Didn't we talk about a hemp rope?
In the recreation.
Well, that's right. Well, there's still rope everywhere else anyways.
There is. We could ask for rope.
Yeah.
But we have the fishing rod. Oh, the edgy black-haired boy was William. That's right. That's a stupid name. William. Sorry.
Lamp oil.
Lamp oil, rope.
Bombs.
I've never seen him so excited. Good for him. I'll be sure to let you know if I need either of them, Detective. Thank you.
A story of forbidden love between a tiger and an elephant. I wish I could have seen it. I wish I could have seen Simeon up there on the stage too. Oh, he was wonderful the way he flew off that stage.
The name Odd wasn't weird? No, the name Odd is weird, but... Did I say William was a weird name?
I'm not gonna lie, I have a Code Lyoko filter in my head.
It's just not playing.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Anytime you say anything related to it, I tend to... wait, what were we talking about?
Might have said dumb. Okay, yeah, no. It is a dumb name. And he's a dumb character.
Getting them.
Ah, yes, that scene. It's a very unique manner, whereby the villain is sent flying from the stage.
Having been ejected from the stage in this manner, the villain no longer appears in the performance.
You could so easily cut this out and, like, do an Among Us bit of having him fly through space. Simeon was ejected. You're saying the crime took place during that time? Roughly how long would you say Mr. Saint was off stage for, Miss Berry?
Let's see. I guess it was around 15 minutes?
Just as Judge Cavell said. Isn't it pretty hairy health and safety-wise having an elephant fling a guy off the stage?
Not at all. Azay is very gentle.
I'm not sure it changes much if she flings him gently or roughly.
Too gentle, in fact. When he first rehearsed it, she barely nudged him. But by the end, he was flying off that stage. Not because of Azaya, though.
Oh, they're doing rope work.
Simeon figured out some kind of trick, apparently. Isn't that amazing?
A trick? Do you have any idea what kind of trick?
Who, me? Oh no, it was Simeon's big thing. I wouldn't know where to start.
Everyone knows wire work. No, I did this already. Balls? The basket was empty in the other recreation.
Oh yeah, but it was definitely empty in the photo I took too. Oops, sorry. I made a mistake when I was filling you in earlier.
Oh?
That basket's for holding Azaya's food, but on the morning of the show, all the apples were in it had vanished. Poof. I totally forgot to mention it. Sorry. Kill.
Disappearing apples. I should make a note of this. It's a pen that holds Azaya the Asian elephant. Kill!
I did it.
Oh, damn. You beat me to it, finally.
I wasn't in mod view.
Now Empty as the lady herself is on stage.
I wonder how they got her here in the first place.
What do you mean?
Well, the entrance to the yard is people-sized. And there's like a gazillion megawatts pumping through the fence. Kind of risky, no?
Not if one turned it off.
Yeah, but then all the prisoners would escape.
Through an entrance blocked by an elephant? I think not.
This is a real puzzler, all right. I'll need to give it some more thought.
She seems to be enjoying the challenge. I'll leave her to it.
Now that's one impressive fence. I'm sure I could climb it if
Please don't! It's electrified!
I wonder what's on the other side. I got gloves. I'll be fine.
The warden's office, I believe.
I guess she likes to keep a close eye on her pets.
This facility would probably function better as a zoo than a prison.
Do you think the amperage is low enough to where it won't go through my gloves?
No.
Uh-oh.
It would appear that we're missing some data for this point in time.
Yep, that's about the size of it. You gotta go steal us some data.
I don't steal data, Kay. I use logic and deduction to get what I need.
Well, I'm more of an act first, think later gal. That's why I've invested into Facebook.
Please, don't. I would hate to have to order your arrest for investing into Facebook.
Don't worry, they're too rich to get anything, to have anything happen to them.
All right, we'll talk to Regina.
So do you come to visit the prison often, Regina? I sure do. I have so many little friends here. It's wonderful. And they're all such sweeties, the old faces and the new. I made a new friend only yesterday. Allie is just the cutest.
Cute? That full-grown alligator lurking in the depths of the pond?
Are you sure about that? Can't help worrying you could just walk up and then chomp, you know? Oh, don't be silly. She'd never do anything like that. Especially since she's not doing great. I heard she hasn't been herself since yesterday.
Oh?
I'm so worried about her. You guys are worried too, right? Right?
Right. You guys
Right.
are worried too. Exactly.
Yeah, totally. Super worried, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, super. Don't rope me into this. This pond is home to Warden Lagarde's beloved alligator.
And look, those bones must be from her latest meal.
I somewhat doubt an alligator could pick a carcass clean like that.
You think? I got the feeling she was rather ladylike in her own way, actually.
If you say so.
Well, I do. I kind of have a sixth sense for these things.
An interesting talent, though not one I'm particularly envious of. The chairs are lined up neatly for the show, though we know there were a few empty seats during the performance.
Huh. Something about this space, the way the seats are arranged, reminds me of a karaoke contest I entered as a kid.
What the fuck are you talking about, Kay? You entered a karaoke... You entered a karaoke contest?
I sure did, and I came in second. Even in the depths of night, when no other bird dares to take flight. When alone soars to shine, the light of righteousness on the world's plight.
Thank you for selling it as much as you could.
Second place, baby! Let's
Tell
go!
me you didn't actually sing that.
I sure did!
She did well to take second place, or perhaps stole is more apt. Because it wasn't fucking earned. Or is it more that she failed to steal first place? I'm overthinking this. Alright, I think we've investigated everything. Kay.
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
Little Thief's features.
You remember how Little Thief works, right?
Yes, it creates a simulation I can interact with and investigate like a real crime scene.
That's right. Just go around and poke at anything you find interesting. Oh, but don't forget that if the inputted data is wrong, the recreation will be wrong too. If you see something weird, try presenting evidence to clear it up.
Right. Actually, I'm still not very familiar with the new feature you mentioned.
It's nothing complicated, but it lets you switch between the different recreations. So the two we got programmed in right now are the scene as it was during the show 2 days ago, and when we were and when they were tearing down the stage yesterday.
And I should remember to talk with Kay.
All right, you want me to change the recreation to yesterday's stage teardown? Whoop. Here you go. This is how things looked like when they were taking the stage down.
Hup, 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 hup. Oh, right. A wicker basket, rather a cart given the wheels.
Hey, wouldn't it be fun to hop in and race down a hill? Ooh, you know what else would be fun? Racing down a hill on office chairs.
Where did any of that come from?
Yesterday. We can talk about it again.
The store's
but I like
locked.
the idea.
Don't open it. Alright. It doesn't look like there's anything else to see. So, time to enter the world. Oh, God. It's so purple because it's just anti-green.
Yeah. A perfect world full of purple.
This is probably part of his trick. Yeah. The trick Mr. Saint performed for his big scene. Could it have something to do with all the items we found by the well? Taking another look at these items. Could they not have been used for this trick of Mr. Saint's?
Sounds plausible enough. Hey, I could maybe add it to the simulation.
Good idea. Please go and ask Mr. Saint for the details.
Roger that. I'll be right back.
Wait, Kay, you're holding Little Thief. Don't.
I'm back, and he told me exactly how he did it.
Excellent. Well, how does it work?
Okay. He said he used the pulley at the top of the well to suspend a heavy weight from a rope.
So the cover was off already? Jesus Christ, Saint.
And lowered that down into the well. The other end of the rope went through 2 more pulleys. And it was tied around his body.
I see. So he used the downward pull of the weight to help him launch himself into the air. But how did he make sure the weight only dropped when he wanted it to?
He used a stake to stop it. That's how.
Miss Berry didn't seem to know anything about the trick or the contraption he built for it. Also, how does that work, though?
Maybe his monkey.
Oh, you know what? It's the monkey. It's so true. I would say, like, if it were me, I would simply, like, have it be not that, like, 30 pounds is not that heavy, right? Like, a guy
No.
is 100 pounds, 150,
Yeah.
200 pounds, right?
Yeah,
So, like,
but it's enough to where it's like just enough extra weight where the Zaya can lift him without it being super dangerous,
yeah.
I guess is what they're trying to sell.
Yeah, and, like, I could see that, like, you know, the throw up, you know, he does a jump and then it's, you know, it's wire work, you know.
Yeah, a combination of all that helps.
But I feel like you could simply just not jump and have it be there. Like, just have the weight be there.
Maybe like a heavier weight. Well, we'll see in a second, I guess.
Yeah. I just think that this is overly complicated. I think this didn't need to be here. I think Simeon's a stupid idiot.
This is a lot of work.
Anyways, hi Taze, we are winning, I think, right? Winner's not here yet, so I guess we're not.
We can always put him back here.
That's true. Except that I deleted the thing, so no, we can't.
Oh, never mind. He's gone forever.
He's gone forever. We killed Winner. In which case, I suppose it must have been Mr. Saint himself who pulled out the stake.
That's right. And to do that, he used a second length of rope. He tied it to the stake, and then when he gave it a sharp tug, yoink.
The stake was released and the weight dropped down the well.
It's a great trick. I have to steal it. This one has to go in the Great Thief's repertoire.
It may not be quite that easy. These kinds of circus tricks can require years of practice to master. Simply stealing the idea won't be enough.
Alright, practice it is then.
Now, before you run away to do so, would you mind updating the simulation?
Oh, right. Then we can see how it all worked for ourselves. Okay, I'm switching back to the recreation of the performance. And now to add in the data,
I love data.
Little Thief should be able to reproduce a trick now. And we're changing it to a Western.
So this is how Mr. Saint performed his trick.
Simeon's full of surprises, huh?
Shouldn't the 30-pound weight be down there also, though?
Oops. Don't pay attention to that.
Unless 30 pounds isn't enough, so he used the dead body.
He used the body. Wait.
That's why he killed him, was simply because he didn't have enough weight. That's the motive.
What if his alibi is like, no, he was already dead. I just needed something.
His alibi is he was alive when I tried. Someone else was down there in the tunnel and just stabbed him.
I mean, dropping a weight down a well to help him fly off the stage like that? That's genius.
Indeed, but I imagine he would have needed quite a lot of weight. More than him at the very least. Okay, it is genuinely his body? Unless it's all the apples. Rory, it could be the apples.
Oh my gosh, did he put down a basket of apples?
He made a tarp full of apples.
Oh, a tarp full of apples.
A tarp full of
That's
apples. It's so simple.
Trimple even.
Would have taken some serious pull to lift him into the air like that. Okay. Heavier than Saint would have been needed. See, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Because if it was just 30 pounds, then all it would really do is make him feel lighter, which would, like, make it so that any force applied on him would be greater. But, like, in order to pull him, it needs to be more than his weight.
Yeah, and probably a ton of practice. That's one heavy weight. Kind of makes you think of how much all this must be weighing on Simeon. Why would she say this?
Sorry. Who added me? Yeah, I see who added me. I had to kill you to check Discord.
That is just what happens to me.
Let me just move Discord somewhere else so that I don't kill you as much. Okay. It does? What are you talking about?
Oh, too bad we don't have the real thing here. Otherwise, I'd hang it around your neck like a big old albatross. Then we'll see how you like it.
How do you, Kay Faraday, know about the old man in the sea?
It's a pretty popular saying.
Not that popular.
I've heard my dad say it.
Yeah, your dad!
Yeah. I bet the...
An albatross around your neck, I've heard, like, once in regular conversation. Once. And this was after I had to read the poem for, like, I think it was like I read it on my own. In my entire educational career, I never had to actually read the poem. I did it myself.
Career?
Academic career.
Career?
Yeah, that's what you call
You get
it.
paid? In your education?
No. But that's a phrase. That's what people call it. Damn, now I'm on the other end of it.
Yeah.
Okay. You'd face some stiff resistance if you tried, I can promise you that. My neck is so big, Kay, you don't understand.
See ya.
Mr. Saint used the well to construct an contraption that would send him flying from the stage. He made clever use of 2 ropes.
2 ropes?
This tarp. It's just like a tarp.
This tarp. It's just like the one we saw in the workshop.
Yes, but why is it here?
But why is it here? Are you okay, Mr. Edgeworth? You've gone kind of blank.
And I intend to stay blank until you stop stealing my thoughts! I hate being on the same wavelength as a 17-year-old criminal. Pulling a rope. Suppose the two tend to go together.
They sure do, like a great thief and her treasure. Can't have one without the other.
Sorry, but the proper pairing in this case is a great thief and a set of handcuffs.
It's not too great if you get caught.
No. If there's no more to be found here, then why wasn't there a check mark? Ugh, stupid. Do I have to do more logic? I think it's logic time. I'm gonna say the pulling force in the apples, right? Come on.
Boing.
What? No, my brain! I need to reconsider the information at hand.
I'm sorry, but just like in his brain.
My brain exploded because I didn't think good. Is the logic that this doesn't work? God damn it.
Okay. Wait. doesn't this
No,
seem
I got
odd to you?
cheesed.
That's what you get for brain exploding.
I like that there's a shadow on the cheese because the shader.
Oh, that's fun.
Anyways. No. You haven't noticed, Detective. There's something strange about the weight we found. The one weight on its own wouldn't be heavy enough. A single 30-pound weight couldn't have lifted Mr. Saint off the ground. Oh yeah! In which case, could there perhaps be some weights missing? Sounds like the job for my 7 secret weapons, sir. Okay. But, like, no.
Have you used? I don't remember using the metal detector yet, though.
I also don't. But also, like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna metal detect down the well?
Yeah. Detect these nuts.
No! Okay, the metal detector is, no, sorry, Kay. I'm going into my mindscape where there was an explosion. But we're gonna be looking for the weights with the metal detector. There we go. I'm so logical right now. Wow. Detective, I have need of one of your secret weapons. Roger that! The metal detector, if you would. Be so kind. Yeah, geez, I'm never gonna get to use my fishing rod. Before we get started, let me run you through how the metal detector works, sir. You remember how we detected Manfred von Karma's bullet in his shoulder when you shot him? You remember how that convicted him of killing your father? It's like that, but on the ground. It's simple enough. It uses this sound. And this gauge to tell you how close you are to something made of metal. Closer you get, the more strongly it'll react. When it starts going wild like this, just give me the order to examine the spot where I'm standing. Say, what do we got here? Oh, the fence.
Yeah, I guess that would do it. Good job, Gumshoe. You found the fence. That means we
Anyway.
know the metal detector is working.
Yeah. Do you think, like, an on electrical fence would just fuck with a metal detector because there's current running through it?
I don't
think-
remember how metal detectors work.
I think that's, you know. So I imagine it's the same way that, you know how stoplights work? The metal wires underneath the road have an electrical current going through it. And then when a metal car goes over it, that induces an electrical current in the metal of the car, which creates eddy currents that like react, and the electrical current in the wire gets reduced. So that's how those detectors know when a car is there. So like that, but with like a can.
Which may be.
Basically, I think that if Gumshoe was holding this metal detector, he should be fried.
Damn. Detective Fried Shoe.
They put fried in him. Tell me what you want to look, sir, and I'll get right on it. Getting warmer, but it's still weak, sir.
Yeah, I think that's just because it's the fence.
Yeah, but let me examine it, though.
Because it's funny.
Exactly.
I guess he gave the line for it, so it's... Damn, I can't believe we're playing a hidden object game. Oh,
I got some. There's something here, sir. Oh, it's a gold coin, sir. What a find. It'll go down in history. I don't imagine a gold coin would stay hidden long in a prison yard.
Oh, you found it! Never would have guessed it was hiding there this whole time. That's one of the coins from the big coin hunt we hold once every 2 weeks.
It sounds kind of interesting. Must be fun for the whole family.
It sure is. The prisoners have to hunt for the coins the warden buried around the yard. And if they find 3 silver coins or 1 gold coin, they can swap them for a jelly donut.
Oh, nigiri! First a show, now a treasure hunt. Is this a prison or a playground? Alright, back to it. Oh.
oop.
I found something. There's something here, sir. I don't see anything metallic. What did the detector pick up? Guess it must have just picked up some iron sand. Iron sand, as in sand you can pick up with a magnet? That's the stuff you can find at the beach sometimes. I got just the thing we need right here. Introducing secret weapon number 6 or 7.
One of them.
Are you making this up as you go along? At least name it right, asshole! A seemingly ordinary magnet that I found at the hardware store. Watch this. I just bring it close to the ground and ta-da! It's picking out the iron.
It sure does seem
Woo!
ordinary.
Come, little guys. Come to Papa. Gumshoe never change. Must be nice to be so easily entertained. Regardless, the investigation must continue.
Gumshoe, count every sand.
1, 2, 3. I lost count, sir.
Start again.
1, 2, 3. I lost count. Right here. There we go. Picking up something over here. Let's take a look-see. Huh? Found these little guys in the grass.
I don't know if they're little.
It's the same as the weight we found by the well. They must be from Mr. Saint's trick. Did someone hide these here on purpose? I count 4 altogether, sir.
They would be more than heavy enough to send him flying.
So somebody had several of the same weights as the one by the well. But why? And why over here? Yes! Nice work, me!
Alligator!
That thing nearly gave me a heart attack. Huh?
Allie, what'd you have for dinner?
It wasn't feeling well. It definitely ate metal. What's the matter, detective? It's a metal detector, sir. It's reacting to the alligator.
What? How?
You sure it's not responding to the weights we just found? No, sir. I'm sure this is something different. And I'm sure it's coming from the alligator. Well, and she's gone.
We scared that big snapper good. I don't think that's it, Kay.
Kay, you're as threatening as a ladybug. Even
Bad taste.
the only scary person here is Edgeworth, and he didn't really seem that scary right there. Gumshoe and Kay and also Eddie are all girls who go eek.
That is true. We have all seen it now. Huh? Then what is it? Allie hasn't been feeling herself lately.
That's the name, Allie, the warden's favorite pet.
She wouldn't even look at the food Warden Lagarde brought her yesterday. She was acting as if, I don't know, maybe as if she'd eaten something that didn't agree with her.
Maybe the metal detector was responding to whatever she ate, sir.
Oh no, what if she ate one of the weights?
I highly doubt that even an alligator could have swallowed a 30-pound lump of iron. But it's not impossible, so... What did the metal detector actually pick up? And why would someone hide those weights? Perhaps I missed something when I looked at the equipment by the well. Kay, could you recreate the scene again?
Coming right up. Beep, 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 beep. You know, this makes me think like Kay is a proto iPad kid.
Oh, I should be deducing something here. Ugh. Should I switch? Okay, there's nothing else to be found here, and I can't deduce here, so I don't need to switch. Okay. Did the alligator eat a pocket chisel while we weren't looking? Damn it! It might have gotten the pocket chisel, Rari.
Don't we still have that?
No. She ate it while we weren't looking.
Oh!
See, look, it's gone. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do.
Oh, okay. Scour.
Is it that it's 3? Is it that it's locked? What am I deducing here?
Maybe it's just like the super obvious like weight thing really quick to get Edgeworth's brain to move forward.
Yeah, but we already did that one. 30 pounds isn't enough.
Yeah, but this game seems to want you to drill in the obvious.
I'm curious because this says 3 pulleys. Maybe it's where's the other rope?
Yeah, I guess that would be a good question to ask.
Since it's 2 ropes.
2 ropes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's right.
The pulley on the well is the 3rd one. That's what I was thinking too, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fact that there was a rope on Knight's body
Yeah, maybe that's
suggests
something.
Yeah. But I don't know what they
It's
want
a
me to
little bit
do.
of life.
Have a rope. Nope. This piece of evidence can reveal contradiction.
I'm gonna need some specifics here, Mr. Edgeworth.
Gotta say, I don't get it either, sir. Well, if you look here... Come on, sir, you gotta give us more than that. Yes, this contraption. Not imagining things, it's missing something. So it is... Two lengths of rope. Grr, grr.
So, do you do the rope on the top one then?
HiTheGamer.com.
I can't believe this.
What do you mean?
Copy pasta. And pretend I said the cheating copy pasta. I'm not doing that.
Investigation in the prison yard. Deduce the rope and present the trick. Okay, so it's this and the trick, not this and the rope, but this and the trick. Think about the two recreations, the one during the performance and the one we're looking at right now. There's a major difference between the two. Namely, that one of the ropes is missing.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Saint's trick wouldn't work with only the items we see before us.
So what happened?
Where did the missing rope go? I think one of the pieces of evidence we've collected might tell us exactly that.
Really?
What shows us where the missing rope went? A rope. This rope was found beside Knight's body.
Wait, you mean...
Yes, it must have been the other rope used in Mr. Saint's trick. Oh, okay. Here's my thought now, okay?
Yes. Okay.
Saint put a bunch of 30-pound weights in a tarp. And then tied it up. And then put it on the rope. Someone else came along, undid the tarp, put Knight's body in, and put it back. Eh?
Interesting. That's an interesting way to frame him.
Exactly.
Wow. Exactly. So you're saying...
Yes, this rope did indeed have a weight attached to it. But it wasn't any of the iron weights we found. Those were hidden in the bushes and replaced with something else.
What was it, Mr. Edgeworth? Come on, I'm dying here.
Think about what the rope we found in the workshop was related to. Do that and you'll soon figure out the answer. The way pricked down the well in place of the iron wells was Mr. Knight's body. It can only have been Knight's body that was dropped down the well.
What? Mr. Knight's body was the weight?
Yes, somebody first swapped out the weights used for Mr. Saint's trick. Then Mr. Saint used the contraption to make his exit from the stage. When he let the rope around his body loose, both the rope and Knight's body fell to the bottom of the well. That rope was never used to restrain Knight. It was used to suspend his body halfway down the well. From this, we can easily see why most of the weights were hidden.
So that no one would realize they'd been replaced with the body.
Precisely. We can then further deduce that they were hidden by the killer. Whoa there, gang. Wasn't poor old Bronco stabbed in the neck? Wouldn't there be blood everywhere, including down the well? Oh, the killer thought of that, which is why they used this. The tarp? It's a bloody tarp. This tarp was found with the body. I think it's likely that Knight's corpse was wrapped in it. Ooh, another piece of the puzzle falls into place. It's all coming together now. Love it.
But all we're doing is proving that the body did go down the well. Which means we're helping to prove that Simeon was the killer.
No, not quite.
But what about what Judge Gavelle said yesterday?
But if Mr. Saint truly is the killer, why would he need to go to such lengths to commit his crime?
That's true.
Knight's body fell down the well when Mr. Saint used his contraption during the show. Therefore, it reveals nothing about where the real killer actually was or what they were doing at the time. It's only designed to throw suspicion onto those who were not at the show.
Yeah, I guess we did suspect Mr. Canis right away, huh?
That was the killer's goal, to make us think that the crime took place during the show. In other words, they used the well contraption to construct an alibi. Miss Berry, when exactly did Mr. Saint put his contraption together?
It would have been the day before the show. The night before, actually. Yes, we started getting ready for the show at around 9 p.m.
9 p.m.
And I think we finished it around midnight?
In which case, the killer must have switched the weights out for the body after that point. Dangling inside the well the night before the incident. Did Canis know about this contraption? Even if he did, he wouldn't have been able to do much with it. And I highly doubt that he taught his dog to suspend bodies halfway down wells. Which means Canis isn't the killer, probably. Alright, time to... Hey, Kay, let's go into the world.
Okay.
Actually, I don't see what I should be doing here. That she ate the fucking apples? The apples in the basket were likely eaten by Isaiah.
I'm glad no mystery unturned. Really? That's strange. I made sure to put the cart where her trunk couldn't reach them.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, yes. It was still full of apples the night before the show.
Oh. Then we must consider the possibility that the cart was moved to somewhere within Isaiah's reach. A large basket full of apples couldn't have been moved by the wind, which likely means somebody moved it for a reason.
Allie did it. It's actually, she's full of so much arsenic that it's turned into a metal.
I see. That's you know that cyanide is metallic? Before the show had even started, the cart had been moved and its apples eaten. Sorry?
Did I confuse arsenic with cyanide for
I
what's
think you
inside
did.
an apple seed? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, they could be very poorly pesticided. Yes, that seems to be the most probable timeline. Let's update the recreation, Kay.
Will do. I'll add that into the simulation of the performance then. Let me just change back to that recreation first. Updating based on what Regina told us now. Whoop. There, all done.
This door appears to be locked.
Want me to open it? I can't guarantee anything, but
No.
Come on. It's a simulation door.
No, that's still the real door. I know, Kay.
Aww.
Bleh. Is this anything? Okay, cool. The basket was moved the night before the circus performance, and we've deduced that the weights were switched out for the body at around the same time.
Hard to chalk that one up to coincidence, huh?
Then the next question we should be asking is, why was the cart moved? I think I can hazard a guess the cart would have been blocking that door, which can only mean...
that somebody needed to open it. Now let's see what... Oh, great. It's locked. Still. Let me ask a guard for help. Hey, Mr. Guard!
Just lockpick it while Edgeworth's not there.
Yes, miss. What can I do for you?
That was fast. Guard, where is the key for this door?
Oh, the warden keeps hold of that. I'll go ask her for it.
Warden Lagarde is the only one with a key? Meaning if somebody did open the door, they would have had to get it from her somehow. Or it would have needed to have been her herself.
Thanks for the help.
This guard is oblivious.
I get paid to... Her colorblind to green. Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe you set it all back up. Wow. Look at all these breakers. They must control the electricity for the whole prison.
So we're thinking somebody got in here the night before the show, right? But why? What were they trying to do?
Well, I doubt they came here by mistake thinking it was a break room. They must have come to tamper with the switches.
Did they turn off the power to something?
Come to think of it, wasn't there something that lost power? What lost power? There was a 3-hour gap in the security camera footage.
Oh yeah, there was. So somebody flipped the breaker it was connected to.
It seems very likely.
Do you think it was the killer?
It's true that shutting off the cameras would have made things easier for them,
It would.
which means the killer would have to be someone who had access to the breakers. And it seems only one person has the key. It couldn't be, could it?
All right, little thief, your work here is done. Beep beep beep.
Yay, my brain got better. Yeah, god damn it. Here we go again. First on the scene, the early bird wins the worm. Oh my god. That's so bad, Eustace.
Truly, it is time to win.
It's truly winning time. Good morning, Mr. Winner. What? How'd you get here before me?
Good morning, Mr. Edgeworth. I see you've made an early start.
Taze ate the worm? No, it's what he's been learning at worm school.
Oh. How to eat the worm.
How to eat the worm, how to get it, how to win it.
Oh.
And I see you've made a late one, Judge Cavell.
This is not my only case. I'm a very busy woman.
I'm apparently fine to just focus on this case wholeheartedly. As a public prosecutor, this is my only case. Gotta eat the worm so they stop biting me. Damn. Revenge. Punished worm.
Not all of us can enjoy the freedom of a prosecutor lead of his only current responsibility.
My job.
Oh, I do apologize. I meant, of course, as an associate attorney.
Associate? More like asinine. I'm actually impressed that he used that right. We'll see about that.
Eustace, let us begin the investigation of the yard.
Okay, I'll go get some officers to help. Hold it. That won't be necessary. Why not? We've already finished investigating the yard and won quite the prize in the process. Won? But I'm the winner! Your Honor, I'd like to revisit your theory from yesterday, in order to thoroughly disprove it.
I would caution you to choose your words carefully, Mr. Edgeworth.
You cannot open every fucking conversation with, you better be careful what you say, and then also not take my badge at this point. Like, just do it.
Well, you just give me kind of interesting things. It's kind of interesting.
We can just chat. It doesn't need to be under the threat of my badge, you know?
But isn't it more exciting this way?
No, it's lame.
I disagree. As I'm sure you remember, your badge is in my hands.
Just do it. How could I forget? You told me several dozen times already. Even Edgeworth's fed up with how many times she's like, yep. Perhaps you care to try a different threat.
You have been warned repeatedly, yes, and each time my words seem to have fallen on deaf ears. Allow me to make this crystal clear. The committee cannot and will not tolerate insubordination.
The fate of my badge and the whims of the committee are of no concern to me now. The only thing that concerns me is proving Simeon Saint's innocence.
Interesting, and spoken like a true defense attorney. In that case, I shall be equally uncompromising. In the name of the goddess of justice, I will strike you down. I will strike down your case without mercy. Sorry.
Bold of Edgeworth to be like, don't bother investigating, I did that already, and we'll make you testify again so I can object to it, instead of, presenting his evidence up front. Yeah.
Bonk. And when I'm done, your career as a prosecutor will be over as well.
Got a couple games that say otherwise, Gavel.
I don't know that. I can't see the future.
I can see the future. It's pretty gay. Edgeworth gets glasses. Wright gets disbarred.
Damn, that sucks.
There's a new girl. She's autistic.
Oh, that's pretty epic.
Yeah, well, it would be if they used her better.
Damn. Less epic.
A little bit.
I hope you do not come to regret this.
I would never regret anything. Bird!
Regret. Yo, that bird's blue.
He gets unnecessary feelings. That actually already happened.
My theory remains the same as when I related it to you yesterday. Mr. Concierto did not see Mr. Knight's body when he passed through the tunnel. As such, the body could only have been dropped down the well during the show.
He can get more unnecessary feelings? That's true. That's really true.
We both know the only one who could have dropped the body down there during the show is Mr. Saint.
That's still your assertion, and you can prove it, of course. Of course she can! Who do you think you're up against?
What Eustace means to say is that we received the final autopsy report just ahead of our arrival.
Oh, she really is a very busy woman. Busy looking after baby Winner. Jesus Christ. I don't blame him for, having these thoughts, and I am actually quite impressed with him keeping them private. The victim appeared...
The victim appeared to have died the night before the body was discovered. In other words, the night before the show. The cause of death is as stated. It seems the wound is 4 inches deep.
Between 3 and 6 a.m. on the 27th.
Simeon Saint was offstage for a period of 15 minutes. That was plenty of time for him to throw the victim's body down the well.
Judge Cavell hasn't investigated the yard yet, which means... I fear there may be something of a flaw with your theory, Your Honor.
You seem very confident of that. But do you have any evidence to prove it?
Yeah, I just found it. Yeah, I think I just might. I have evidence. I'm so smug with all my evidence.
Schmugly.
Could you talk us through your reasoning on that a little more?
The day before the performance, Mr. Knight borrowed the keys from Mr. Concierto.
Or more specifically, the key to his cell.
Mr. Knight then used the key to leave his cell and enter Mr. Saint's cage. Mr. Saint took Mr. Knight to the yard in that cage, and that's where he killed him. The following day, Mr. Concierto crawled his way through the tunnel, but there was no body there yet. Wait a second, that doesn't add up. Mr. Concierto smelled that sweet smell, so Mr. Knight must have been in the tunnel already. No, his body did not pass through the tunnel until sometime after Mr. Carciato had crawled through it. Mr. Carciato used the tunnel right around the time the show was starting. The body was discovered just after the performance ended.
From which you deduce that the body could only have been thrown down the well during the show.
Yes, and who the culprit must be.
Are you sure about that? Nobody else could have done it?
I understand that Miss Berry was on stage for the entire performance. Most of the prisoners were watching the show. And those who were not have plausible alibis.
What about the guards?
They too were watching the show, as was the warden.
How can you be so sure? A guard could have easily approached the well unnoticed.
None of the guards left their posts during the show. I have checked this for myself, I took the statements from each and every one of them.
She's thorough, I'll give her that.
Are you finally ready to accept the truth that the killer could only have been Simeon Saint?
Judge Cavell hasn't carried out a full investigation at the yard yet. Which means we got the advantage for a change. I should review the evidence we gathered.
I gather.
Which is like basically just the trick used during the show. Is it that like someone else could have done this, or is it that it was dropped down the well halfway before the show?
Maybe it's that one.
It's not.
Oh.
Take a look at this.
Am I expected to accept this as evidence? It appears to have no connection to my testimony.
Yeah. Tougher not to crack than Mr. Winner. That doesn't mean I should give up. There we go. Okay. Sorry, Your Honor, but there's something else you're going to have to take into account. The well in the yard was rigged up to create a certain unique contraption.
The contraption? Go on.
You will recall that Mr. Saint was sent flying from the stage by the elephant.
I do. Just before he was absent for some time.
He was only able to fly through the air thanks to a weighted rope he tied around himself. Dropping the weighted end down the well allowed him to complete the trick. Objection! Wait! Wouldn't that send him flying as soon as he set foot on the stage? Hold it! It's simple, really. He kept the weight from falling by using a stake to keep the rope in place. With a second rope, he was able to pull the stake free, thereby controlling when the weight was dropped. We found evidence to suggest the original weight was replaced with Knight's body. This was done by the real killer in order to create an alibi. The estimated time of death tells us the murder took place early in the morning. The killer could have tampered with the contraption in the time between the murder and the show. Objection! You're saying Mr. Saint himself set this contraption up, right? Well, then who do you think is the number one most likely person to have used it to dispose of a body, Even you must see how this looks. If Mr. Saint was the killer, he could have simply done as Judge Cavell theorized, without these extra steps. Miss Berry.
Yes?
Does anyone else know how Mr. Saint's trick works?
Well, let's see. We had to get the prison's approval on what we were going to perform. So I don't think Simeon's the only one who knows.
And there you have it.
Interesting. You have certainly been diligent in your investigation. And yet, I fail to comprehend your actions still. Why do you not work to do what is right?
What is right is not convicting an innocent man. Is what I am doing wrong? If so, who is it that deems it so? If what I'm doing is wrong in the eyes of God, then I will tear him down from his heavenly throne.
Yippee! How can you not grasp even that? How can you not see that what you are doing wrong at this very moment? You are a prosecutor, and yet you aid the defense.
It's unnatural, Edgeworth. You're not even wearing blue.
This flies in the face of common sense. You are breaking every rule in the book.
I think only of what is right and just, and act as I see fit in each situation I am confronted with. This is the path I have chosen, and whether you can comprehend that choice is immaterial. I'll kiss whoever I want. Does Apollo wear blue? No. That's why he's also illegal, and so is Athena. They're all illegal because they're not wearing the right colors. That's why Judge Gavel is hunting them down with a knife.
Damn, I'm tired of my extendo gavel.
It's extendo knife time. We call that a gravity switch. And it's super illegal. But the goddess of justice said I could have one, so it's okay.
Yippee!
If you mean to stand in my way, I will fight back with all I can bring to bear.
Perhaps the goddess of justice is testing me. Very well. If it is her will that we must fight, then
Stance
I
up.
shall end this once and for all.
If it's her will that we should fight, stance up. Put him up. Let's go.
Listen well, Mr. Edgeworth, for there is another reason why only Mr. Saint can be the killer.
Uh-huh.
If the body was removed from the yard to the workshop, then Mr. Knight must have been first brought here to the yard from his cell. The only person who had the opportunity to do that is Simeon Saint, and thus he remains the only plausible suspect. Mr. Saint took a cage with him to Mr. Knight's cell. But why would he do that? Why take it such an unwieldy object all the way to the holding cells? Yeah, it is pretty sus. Among Us.
Among Us! Sorry, I had to pog out because they said sus.
It's true.
But we've all met Mr. Saint. That's exactly the kind of thing he would do, because he's a stupid idiot. It's entirely plausible that he took the cage with him out of absent-mindedness and nothing else.
It may be plausible, but it is no more or less plausible than having him helped Mr. Knight to escape.
I need some real solid evidence if I'm gonna get her to budge. Who said it was moved? You seem to think that Mr. Knight was killed here in the yard. When do you think he was brought here?
Sometime between midnight and 8 a.m., the day of the show. It could only have been during that time.
In other words, between the end of rehearsal and the start of the performance.
As I was saying, if the body was moved from the yard to the workshop,
Was there really no other way he could have come here?
Mr. Knight was awaiting trial. If he and a random non-inmate had openly entered the prison proper, he surely would have been noticed.
And presumably none of your witnesses have testified to having seen such a thing.
Precisely. Praise be to the goddess of justice for granting you this insight.
Thank God you're not too dumb.
So, as you will agree, it can only be that Mr. Knight was brought over here in secret.
You're certain nobody else had the opportunity?
Need I remind you that we are in a prison? The entire facility is monitored at all times. Anything out of the ordinary would have been spotted.
At all times?
Small times.
Mr. Saint was under that same scrutiny, was he not?
The warden had granted the members of the circus troupe special access. As a member of that troupe, under the supervision of Miss Barry, he's the only person who is free to wander where he will.
It seems you've forgotten something, Your Honor.
Forget is not a word in my vocabulary, Mr. Edgeworth.
I don't know what it means. Can you explain it to me?
I remember what I had for breakfast when I was 3.
Very well, then. Recall this fact, if you will. You claim that Mr. Saint is the only person who was free to walk around the prison. There's a brief period of time on the day of the crime in this prison. A time when it would have been possible for anyone to move through the prison entirely unmonitored. The blackout, right? Which is the breakers or the camera? I think the camera shows the time gap better.
It says the 3-hour gap there.
Mr. Saint is far from the only one who had the opportunity. Which opportunity are we talking about again? We'd previously established the time code on the security footage was off by 3 hours. And from this, we can deduce that there must have been a power outage lasting for that length of time, during which anyone could have moved around the prison undetected.
Do you mean to say that our killer intentionally created this 3-hour gap? That it was no simple camera malfunction? Is that even possible?
Yeah, it's possible. It's completely possible to complete a 3-hour time gap using this. Whoops, that's not present. Our investigation of the yard turned up something rather interesting. A panel of breakers, one of which can be used to cut the power to the security cameras. We also learned that the door to the power room may have been opened around the time of the murder. What?
Such a shame to see one so capable fall so short of the mark. Mr. Edgeworth knows what he's doing. Then how does he explain the lock on the power room door?
Well, that's fucking obvious, isn't it? Someone opened the door with the key, and one person has the key, so... yeah, it was kind of locked up tight. And the warden's the only one with the key.
Those breakers are vital to the prison's infrastructure. So I very much doubt that anyone could have gained access to the power room's keys so easily.
Are you not putting it together? One person could have.
I beg your pardon?
The killer had easy access to it, in fact. What's more, their position here is such that nobody would dare question them. Objection! What? There's no one like that! The breaker to the electric fence is in there! They would be questioned in an instant! I can hardly believe it myself, but I have to follow where the logic leads. The person who had access to the power room key was Simeon Saint! That's the person who had access to the key? Indeed, I can think of no other likely candidate.
Mr. Edgeworth, the court grows tired of your bluffing. Kindly explain how this person could possibly have gained access to the key.
That wasn't right. Empty. My brain was fully on for being that stupid. Ha! I knew it. No one could have gotten hold of the key after all. Not so fast, Mr. Winner. There is one person. But like really this time. Take that. The real culprit is... I was hoping they would have their unique dialogue for presenting their own suspect. Yeah, that was also my thought too.
Yeah. And you're like, where you could be? Or at least Kay would say something like, what are you talking about, Mr. Edgeworth?
Just like hitting him.
Yeah.
That is our client. Stop presenting him. Warden Lagarde.
Oh, just look at you. Aren't you the cutest little poochie-woo?
He's not just a pretty face. Missile also has quite the nose for sweet things. It seems he's smelling something very sweet indeed, and it's coming from you.
Oh, darling, you're making me blush. I'm not even wearing perfume.
Are you wearing cake? What the fuck are you doing then? Then perhaps it is the sweet stench of death! My god, Edgeworth's lines go hard.
What the fuck? You're a regular poem, aren't you? I had no idea. But if I didn't know better, I'd almost think you were calling moi the killer.
That's impressive. Yeah. What?
Warden Lagarde is the killer? Mr. Edgeworth, do you realize what you're saying? Oh, such a naughty boy. How could he suspect me? I'm the one in charge around here.
Yeah, and that's precisely the fucking reason.
It's like we're in a murder mystery, aren't we?
I'll never get over the on the lips ferret kiss. Ferret. I was thinking of the Pokemon.
You just pull off the disguise and it's actually a fucking ferret.
You could kiss a ferret on the cheek. It's allowed. They're nice. They deserve it.
That's true.
Don't you big eyes at me.
And equally far-fetched. This is preposterous.
Okay, then tell me how she did. She did it. Sadly, it is not. Although I can hardly believe it myself. This is where the evidence points. We must trust in the evidence. This piece of evidence proves that Warden Lagarde is the killer. What, the fucking breakers again?
Makes sense.
The chisel? The bell? Because...
I mean, yeah, the bell also makes sense because she's the only one that has access to it.
Yeah, but this is
On
what we're
top of the
talking
breakers.
about, so...
Yeah.
Oh, god damn it. This proves that you are the killer.
Darling, please, that is your damning evidence? It has nothing to do with me whatsoever, and you know it.
Looks like that wasn't it. This smelled something in Warden Lagarde just now. Oh, is it the sweetness?
the sweet.
Okay, stupid.
You're a hoot, Mr. Edgeworth, you really are, but can we dispense with the jokes now?
This is no joke, Warden. You are the killer.
Really? Well, could you at least try and present some plausible evidence?
No. Your scent betrays you, Warden. And here is your accuser.
The police dog.
His name is Missile! We had him track a sweet scent that was lingering around Knight's body back when it was first found. He now appears to be smelling the same scent, and it's coming from you.
Oh, darling, you're priceless. Really, you are. Your evidence is... Oh, with the suspicion? Verity, dear, do put him in his place.
What do you want me to do? You're the one who smells sweet. It seems Judge Gavelle may have reached a similar conclusion to myself.
You believe this to be no mere coincidence, Mr. Edgeworth?
I do. After all, she had the key, and the scent found lingering on the body is hers as well. Were it just one or the other, we might be able to brush it off as coincidence. However...
Indeed. Then it seems a conclusion approaches.
She's not fighting it!
Perhaps we should hear what the warden has to say for herself.
We should. And when we have, this case will finally be at an end.
Y'all being simply awful. Stop looking at me like that. Me, the killer? I kissed my ferret on the lips. I know that's incriminating as hell, but just from the simple action.
I know that is that's a reason that I should be in jail, but
Oh, come on.
come
How could
on.
I possibly do such a thing?
I didn't do it.
I didn't do it.
Verity told me everything she knows about the case, sweetie. The victim died in his cell, so by your logic, I would have had to have killed him there. But how am I supposed to have moved the body, especially if I've never went into the prison? I was too busy with work, you see. I was cooped up in my office until right before the show began. Check if you like. You won't find record anywhere of my having entered or left the prison proper.
Isn't your office like outside the prison proper? Yeah, it's like right here. You could just go through here. All you need to do is go through the yard, turn off the electric fence. Turn off the electric fence first, actually. Which is annoying. But yeah, like you go in here, you turn off the power, you go through the fence, you go kill him, you bring him back over, and then yeah.
I haven't the first idea what harebrained theories you little scamps have cooked up, but I'm innocent. There's simply no way I could be the killer.
Give me a break. Missile doesn't lie. Don't make it hard on everyone. Just come clean.
Oh dear, I'm afraid you are the one making things difficult. As I just said, I never went into the prison. If you think I'm lying, go check the records.
She clearly wants us to check those records, which means they won't help us. We'll just have to find another way of getting the truth out of her.
Please, Miss Edgeworth, stop being a big silly. You've made a boo-boo and you know it.
Yep.
I'm wondering if this is just a big setup to try and convict Canis.
Right, because she did the knife in the neck with the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Judge Cavell told you everything. Are you close? Hitting her with the... Hitting though with the...
Thick as thieves, darling. Why do you ask? Are you jealous?
Jealous of what?
I had to ask Warden Lagarde.
Garden the Ward.
Lagarde. For a lot of information on the first day of our investigation. It seemed only right that I share some information in return. Oh, Verity, you do make it sound awfully dry. I thought we had a lovely chat. I simply shared the truth in our conversation. It was the least I could do.
I'm not sure what's going on, but these two... He really is hitting the... Except it says Yuri this time.
Wow.
They're terrifyingly formidable together. The murder took place in his cell. You seem very happy to accept that.
And why shouldn't I be? It seems like the most likely place for it to have happened without drawing attention. And besides, they found Knight's blood in the cell.
Yeah, she should be struck by Mr. Carcerado. I didn't even tell her that, I suppose. Take there's also been no testimony to the contrary.
What does it matter? Knight being killed in his cell doesn't go against any of the facts anyway.
Do you have any evidence that you didn't enter the prison? I love proving negatives. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah. Please, darling, let me finish.
You were in your office the whole time? You didn't notice anything unusual?
No, I can't say that I did.
You didn't notice anything missing?
I must confess, I'm a rather messy girl.
I'm a rotten girl.
God says, kiss my ferrets on the lip.
What would God say?
And a forgetful one at that. I put something down and it's lost forever. It's a curse, darling, a curse. I even lost some important evidence recently. It was gone. Poof. Just like that.
Uh-huh, that being the fucking murder weapon. She still has a job?!
Honestly, if somebody came into my office and took something, it might be years before I noticed.
Seems like I'll need more than the power of room key to expose her. A forgetful head of security seems like an incompetent one.
On the day of the murder, I was working in my office. Oh, and looking for something I'd misplaced. Even if I had a reason to go into the prison, I simply wouldn't have had the time.
Sure, maybe you didn't go through the main entrance to the prison, but what if you took another route?
Oh, come on now, sweetie. Surely you don't mean that awfully filthy tunnel they discovered. Why, until yesterday, I had no idea it even existed.
No, you had another way in, I'm certain of it. A route that didn't require going through the main entrance or the tunnel. The route you took went through this location. The yard? Do I need to be more specific and point at the fence? I don't know. Close enough, right?
Through the fence?
Warden, you took Knights from his cell and brought him to your office, which just happens to be connected to the yard. If you had a way through the fence, then you would have been able to circumvent both the entrance and the tunnel.
A gold star for creativity, darling. And how would I have gotten through the fence,
Opening it.
The extremely high fence, topped with razor wire, with thousands of volts of electricity going through it.
Yeah, how's she supposed to have gotten through that, The fence's electricity supply can be cut off from the power room. And only you had the key, Warden. No one but you could have done it.
Utterly ridiculous. The power room is on the prison side of the yard. Warden Lagarde was on the detention center side. How would she even have reached the power room? Exactly, Verity, darling. Well, Clever Puss, you've dug yourself a real hole now.
Clever Puss, Jesus Christ.
Just a giant Yuri sign. If there is no record of Warden Lagarde having entered the prison proper, then the idea that she could have shut off the fence by using the breaker is out of the question.
Yeah, must be some way she could have done it. Take a deep breath, big guy. Lose your cool and you've lost everything. But if I don't find a solution, she might still wriggle out of this. Hey, I said take a deep breath, not freak out and completely lose your fucking shit, man. There's nothing to be gained by banging your head against the same wall, yeah? No matter how you look at it, Warden Lagarde couldn't have done it alone. You're telling me I have to turn about my thinking?
Come on. Mr. Edgeworth, if you cannot find a... You aren't doing yourself any favors by obstructing justice with your silence.
That was a reflexive objection. I didn't mean to. I heard a gavel and things were starting to look really dim, so I just objected. Now that I've yelled it, if I don't come up with an answer, it's all over. I have one more thing to add, if you'll permit me.
Something that explains how Warden could have shut off the breaker from the wrong side of the fence.
Love that he just objects on instinct. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yes, because it's not as impossible as it seems. An accomplice. Well, I wonder, do you think it was, Allie, somehow?
Very well trained, Allie.
She couldn't have done it alone, but what if she wasn't alone? Come to think of it, he's not the only one who objects on instinct. Actually, you know what? Like, in terms of the actual series, Wright does object a lot when he doesn't know things for sure, but only Edgeworth has been, like, a guy who goes, "Objection! I was hoping to think of something. I didn't." Objection! I thought of something. Ooh, now we're talking. Way to flex the old gray matter, kiddo. In reality, Edgeworth's actually the fail lawyer. Wright's actually way more put together than Edgeworth is. I believe that Warden Lagarde had an accomplice.
Enough. You disappoint me, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yeah, well, you disappoint me, so. What do you mean? Mr. Edgeworth has had nothing wrong.
The inmates of the prison are all issued with security bracelets.
Did she have an accomplice that she fed to Allie?
That would explain the metal detector.
But also, like, was it just the hand first and then the rest so that he could get around? No, that doesn't make much sense. Allie did eat something, but...
The ones that raise the alarm if people go where they're not supposed to. I see that you have realized your error, and we are, of course, within the prison grounds. Where not only are the bracelets worn, but even the guards surveil each other for signs of wrongdoing.
And despite all that, no one noticed Mr. Carcerado's escape?
The only ones who are free to roam are the animals.
Well, then it was an animal.
And they most certainly could not have operated the breaker.
Yeah, sure. No, so our accomplice must be human.
Then who did it, given that it could not have been a prisoner or a guard?
I wouldn't be so quick to rule out either, Your Honor. The fact is, there is one person, someone whose movements weren't restricted. And I have just the evidence to show who that free-roaming person was. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It was Frank. Saw it!
This is one of the prisoner's bracelets.
Indeed, a broken bracelet belonging to a certain self-proclaimed model prisoner.
What do you mean? And who is this prisoner?
Did you not meet Frank Saw It?
No,
Frank
why would I?
Saw It, Warden Lagarde's favorite inmate. The ferret's licking the sweat.
Yeah, the sweat.
It's craving that mineral. It's strange, isn't it, Warden? God, that just sent me so far back, the fucking that crave that mineral, that it made me think about the fact that the Pokemon Tumblr is back.
That's such a funny post to come back on, though.
It's been 3,000 years! Their ask box is open.
Oh.
With Anons on.
Oh. Oh no. What am I gonna ask?
Yes, Vanilla. Really. It's been over 6 years since the last Pokemon Tumblr account post. And the first thing they posted is, it's been 3,000 years. And the second thing they posted was, wait, is this the official Pokemon account? And they're like, we missed you. And then the official Pokemon account was like, we missed you too. All lowercase with a shortened U. This is someone who knows how Tumblr speaks. Like previously it was very corporate. This is someone who got into the social media like game to do this.
Not even getting paid, just does it for the love of the game.
Just does it for the love of the game. Like it's fucking like let me pull it back up again, because like they tagged their shit too. Hello Tumblr, we are so back. We Miss You Too, Pokemon official account confirmed, back on Tumblr.com, spelling out .com. I know what you are. It was the direct they showed info on. It's not even for the direct. It was just today. Just today for no reason. Like, it's been like 3 weeks since the direct. 3 weeks? Week and a half.
Their Tumblr page doesn't load on normal on a browser.
Is this really official, or is this a fan reposting Twitter posts, or what? Answer, Pika P. Askbox open, anonymous on, social media manager blink twice if you need help. Posts a gif of Bidoof blinking twice. Hashtag Bidoof. It's really funny. Anyways. It's strange, isn't it, Warden? That he was able to keep his broken bracelet hidden and wander freely around the prison all the while. And that is pretty funky, and I don't mean in a good way. Thanks, Eddie.
Funky.
It couldn't be the case that he was permitted some sort of special leeway, could it? Oh, you are in the habit of giving such leeway to certain others. Bodhidharma Canis, for example.
Mr. Edgeworth, that is pure speculation.
In that case, why don't we ask Mr. Sawt himself? I'm confident he will confirm for us that he and Warden Lagarde were accomplices in this crime. If the two of them had worked together, a certain route into the prison becomes viable. The real route by which Knight was moved from his cell to the prison proper. Recall that there were two big obstacles in her path. First, the security camera outside Knight's cell. Second, the electrified fence in the yard. But she was able to remove both obstacles in one fell swoop by having Mr. Sawt shut off the corresponding breakers.
All right, Mr. Edgeworth, you've had your fun.
And? Do you still deny it, Warden Lagarde?
No, darling, you've got me. I admit it. Warden, tell me this isn't true.
Did our chat mean nothing?
Sorry, Verity, honey, I'm afraid it is. Frank me help me do it.
No way!
You did it, Mr. Edgeworth. You got her.
Then why is the "We Got Her" music not playing? Why didn't she freak out? Nice shooting, cowboy. She won't be wriggling out of this now.
As Mr. Edgeworth said, I had Frankie switch off the breaker. But we didn't kill Knight, did we? No, sweetums, no, we didn't.
What?
Warden, explain yourself. Oh, Verity dear, I doubt your precious goddess will want to hear my excuses now. She is all merciful. You have but to confess, and you shall be saved.
If you confess, you are not saved. There is no mercy, no justice, no alibi, no hope!
Oof, the Catholic vibes are off the charts here.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. All right. I was being threatened.
Oh my god.
I had no choice but to do as he said.
Are you gonna say saint?
Who's he? Bodhidharma, Canis, that awful assassin.
Okay, well that's a little bit more believable than saint at least.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only person.
Canis?
How long has it been since that awful man came in here to my beautiful prison? I'll never forget the day he arrived. The moment we were alone, he said this to me. You should know that I have other dogs. Dogs not confined to this fine institution. Oh, others? Yes, very loyal dogs. dogs. Dogs who will do anything I ask of them.
I'm just the ferret. It's just-
Yeah. Of course, he wasn't talking about real dogs.
I mean, he could have been, but
Maybe they have dogs themselves. He was talking about his very human cronies.
they could also have been dog cronies. I'm actually not so sure. The metaphor got pretty thick at some points. He started talking about how they love to go on walks.
Then he started kissing Helmet in the mouth too. And then he said one last thing. I would recommend that you take care in how you treat me during my stay here. I wouldn't want to have to set my dogs on you or your precious family.
Damn, that red tint is ominous.
I had no choice. I gave him that cell. I gave him everything he asked for.
I do think that you are still planting this on him a little bit too hard. On account of the fact that the murder weapon is fucking chisel like the one he has, and it has his bell, and also you had the evidence, so... Everything. Wait, is that how he became the Fixer?
Yes, darling. I obeyed his every command and smuggled it in all for him. Smuggled it in for him all that he wanted. Eventually, I brought dear sweet Frankie into our little conspiracy. He agreed right away, of course, because I made things easier for him too. So you were smuggling in contraband? How exactly? Once a week, late at night, Frankie would shut off the breakers. And that allowed me to go from my office into the yard without being seen by the cameras. Then I simply dropped the packages down the well on the prison side and went back through the fence.
Oh, and the dog would go pick up the packages.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also why... God, if the dog didn't go put the corpse somewhere else, that would have been really bad for Canis.
Yeah. Each of them spritzed with a little of my perfume.
So you spritzed the body to get it to fucking Jesus Christ. So that's what the sweet smell was.
Yes, it was a signal for Canis' dog. When he picked up the scent, he would fetch the packages and bring them back to his master. We had to make sure Rocco wasn't in his cell at the time, of course.
Can't have been easy keeping him from finding out.
Oh, we're all very much creatures of habit here at the prison, darling. Everything runs to a schedule. Meals, exercise hours, that sort of thing. We knew he wasn't there. And that adorable little bear of his freezes with fright at the sight of Canis' dog. Poor thing. So there was no risk of him raising the alarm either.
She has oversight over everything here at the prison, which made her the perfect mule. With her on his side, Canis couldn't fail.
Frankie would sneak out early in the morning to switch the breakers back on, and our work was done. Apart from fixing the time codes on the camera, which I could do later when I got the chance. You've shared a great deal, Warden. The Goddess of Justice will surely take your honesty into account.
If she's being honest.
I've been the most dreadful fool. I know I have. I'm supposed to be the one in charge. The day of Knight's murder was also one of our delivery days. And so Frankie, bless his heart, did his usual work with the breakers. But there was no package for me to deliver that day, so I didn't go out into the yard.
So that's the secret behind the Fixer system, and why she was... I'm for the longest time. Even I've had to lend them a hand myself, you know.
There's how many times I've heard this secret guy's words in my office to talk to me, but no matter what I say or how much evidence I present him, he simply won't say a word.
That's why you were interrogating Mr. Canis over and over.
Exactly. I was trying to track down those horrible hench people of his.
Man, don't squeeze your ferret.
I borrowed everything the police had on that rotten scoundrel. I watched his every move. I intercepted every letter he wrote.
His letters. Then I suppose she must know about his correspondence chess games, too.
But no matter what I did, I couldn't turn up any clues as to who his underlings were.
Oh, did you suspect that Knight was one of his underlings, so that's why you killed him?
Living in fear like this, it's... Oh, you can't comprehend it. As you have just heard yourself, Mr. Edgeworth, the words of Warden Lagarde's confession have cleansed her of all suspicion.
Uh-huh.
Surely there's no need to hound her any longer. Please
Okay.
stop hounding my wife.
On the one hand, this isn't my case. I don't care who actually gets arrested between Bodhidharma or Warden Lagarde. Simeon Saint is like completely cleared of suspicion from this point, right?
It's pretty unlikely at this point.
So just don't charge him and we're good. But that's not how it's going to go, is it? Has she really been cleared of all suspicion, though? Or is there more to uncover? There's definitely more. This conversation isn't over yet. I think the Goddess of Justice would agree.
So you mean to make her suffer even more than she already has?
Yeah, sure, fuck it, I don't care.
Damn, that's cold.
Unfortunately, her suffering under Mr. Canis does nothing to prove her innocence in Knight's murder. She admitted herself that she knew of and even facilitated the so-called Fixer's delivery route. I believe she used that same route to move Knight's body.
And where's your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's in the fact that the sweet smell on Knight's body is the exact same scent Warden Lagarde uses to signal a delivery. What do you make of that?
Well, that's because we've done it so many times by now that the whole well probably smells of it. And some of it must have just rubbed off of his body. That does match the statement Mr. Castigado provided.
He did smell a sweet smell.
Mm-hmm. I smell it. I don't know. It smells sort of like dessert, I guess. His words would seem to suggest that the smell had permeated the well. You've been rendered speechless, I see. Then I hereby move to adjourn this session of the court.
Motion denied.
No! What do we do, Mr. Edgeworth?
What can I do? Is this as far as we go? Finally! So we're actually done?
Yes, Eustace, it seems we are. Big bonk attack. By the power vested in me, this court is adjourned. Bonk.
Objection!
Who was that?
Come on, Judge G. Things are just getting good. Fender!
Are you objecting to my adjourning of this session?
No. Would have shouted objection if I wanted to do that. You do you, G. Adjourn, don't adjourn, whatever floats your boat.
What are you doing, Mr. Fender?
Don't worry about what I'm doing. Let's all just take a chill pill, shall we? By which I mean a square of chocolatey goodness. Anyone?
Tasty. Are you trying to get yourself charged with the contempt of court?
No, my bad. I just had a quick request to make is all. As Simeon Saint's lawyer, that is.
Ah, yes, I'd forgotten that you were his real attorney, Mr. Fender.
How could you? You're killing me here.
Can you blame us? You've been making Mr. Edgeworth do everything this whole time.
Right you are, which is why I figured it's time to put in some work.
Work, you say? Somehow I don't believe you've worked a day in your life.
Oh no, I can work, and then he just starts fucking...
You brace it down.
Exactly. Yeah! It's time for Eddie Fender to do some work. And he starts twerking it. Twerking his nothing ass. The man is built like a plank.
Damn.
Let's say this is me doing some prep work for the upcoming trial. Mind if I question the witness?
Now? Amusing, but what is there left to ask?
Got a feeling in my funny bone that Fief's here has something more to tell us about the killer.
Do I?
Yes, indeed. See, as a major player on Team Simeon, I can spot a sympathizer when I see one. You don't think he did it, do you? So tell us, who did? Come on, spill the beans. We're all ears.
Mr. Edgeworth, what's he doing?
He's trying to coax Warden the Garden to giving something away. Ask yourself, why would she go to all the trouble of sending Knight's body on such an odd journey? It's because she wanted to frame Mr. Canis.
She did? No way.
If he was convicted of committing murder here, that could have been grounds for a transfer to another prison. Most likely a more secure facility.
And where he'd be out of her hair forever, huh?
Precisely. She saw her opportunity and seized it. No. Saint can't not be the killer. It's not fair. I was all ready to prosecute him. I love him. He's so dumb, Rari.
Stinky.
I know, right? But maybe we should find out what she thinks first. Don't want to get the wrong guy, yeah?
Nice. Now Mr. Winter has to go along with it too.
Sounds like a personal problem, Winner. I'm very sorry, Taze, that your caps lock has accidentally turned you into Tavros. Sorry.
Damn, get home stuck.
It happens. It happens to the best of us. In fact, it happens to me right now. Let me turn it on. Oh, that's not right.
I've been killed. Help.
My horns are the wrong scale. Nope, that's too tall. That's... There we go. Scale it up a bit. Maybe move it a little bit forward. That's not forward. Fuck. There we go.
No one can see me schmoove.
You're back. You're back from Schmovement. Sorry.
Everyone has seen me schmoove.
All right. Hope you have a good night, Taze. All right. Let me turn off my horns because that's horrible and I hate this. Okay.
Well, Warden, are you happy to testify further? Of course. How could I refuse this silver-tongued devil? Eddie Eakins, you have such a way with words.
Oh, right, because she
That's
did
it.
French him,
Yeah.
like, a lot.
I don't know if tongue was involved.
Just doing my job, thief.
Besides, one can't tell the truth without telling the whole truth, can one? I'm simply dying to tell all verity, darling. Do say you'll let me. As you wish. Court is unadjourned.
In session. In session is the words you're looking for.
I can't believe you pulled that off, Mr. Fender.
Oh, me either. Thank you for the timely intervention. Hey, it's the least I could do. Case not wrong. I've been leaning on you hard. Besides, the defense never rests, am I right? Simeon's dependent on us. Sadly, I think I just about exhausted my reserves of cool lawyer chat there. Can't fuck this up now.
Damn.
I refuse to say can't foul this up now. It's... no. Which means you're up to bat, Miles McSmiles. Show him that never rest spirit. Miles McSmiles.
I love the never rest spirit as I'm going to take a rest again.
Yep.
After doing one thing.
I shall do the never resting part.
Fabulous. Then let's get started.
What a great name. I know, right? My truth.
I really don't think anyone could have done it but that dreadful man Canis. There's no telling what went on between him and the victim.
Yeah, correspondence
chest.
chest. I know exactly what went on
Yeah.
between them.
Perhaps he simply took a disliking to him. He's certainly the type. But whatever sordid details, it was him. He stabbed that poor man to death. And then he had his dog dispose of the body. That simply has to be what happened. The victim, Mr. Knight, yes? I did him the most terrible disservice.
Yes, you killed him.
I suppose you could put it that way. If I weren't such a sorry excuse for a warden, this would never have happened. And that's why I have to clean up this terrible mess. Warden Lagarde, as ever, your honesty is truly your credit.
Do you just not know when people are lying?
Maybe. I am certain Mr. Knight is looking down and weeping tears of gratitude.
He's looking up.
God!
He's looking up, and he's weeping tears of pain from being in hell. You remember he did do a crime. You've clearly never met Mr. Knight. Up. Looking down. Matt was being kept in a holding cell while Mr. Canis was in the prison proper. What could possibly have happened between them when they were at opposite ends of the facility?
Prisons aren't as big as they seem, you know. As all kinds of awful things can happen.
But Knight only arrived 2 days before he was murdered. Can't imagine anything significant happening in that short space of time.
Then you don't know Canis, my dear. He'll find a way, I'm sure of it.
You know I'm the one who prosecuted him and put him away, right?
I don't know that. I refuse to acknowledge this.
How could you take a disliking to somebody all the way over in the holding cells?
Oh, I'm just plucking possibilities out of the air, darling. As I said, there's no telling what really went on between them. You're awfully serious, aren't you? Not that I mind, of course.
Why is she looking at me like that?
My sexuality.
I have no interest in Warden Lagarde.
Damn. So noble, so dashing in that marvelous suit, so clever. I can feel myself becoming your biggest fan, darling. I really can.
No!
Stay with me, Mr. Edgeworth.
I wasn't prepared for that mental onslaught. What more can you tell us about these sordid details?
Well, we all know that what Canis once did for a living. I doubt the killing part gave him much trouble. Especially as the victim was already injured. Wrong voice. His neck, I think. Couldn't turn his head to the right, poor dear. That's what they told me when they brought him in anyway.
You must make some sort of report for the ward when new prisoners are admitted. You seem keen for us to think you didn't know much about Knight.
That's because I didn't, sweetie. And the victim was simply a fun target to that monster, nothing more.
Seriously? No, he's an assassin. They don't kill for fun. They have a talent. They get paid for it.
I expect Canis used that chisel that was hidden in that chest set, don't you? Awfully grisly business. Just imagine, that man probably didn't even have time to cry out.
I see. Thank you for your thoughts. They were very helpful. Actually, I'd like to hear about them in a little more detail if you don't mind.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, you're making me blush. I would chat with you all day. Oh, don't look so nervous, darling. I'm only teasing. Of course we can talk about them some more.
The knife was seized by the police during his arrest. Knight had no way to get it. So it was not hidden in the chess set, right? Take a look at this. Fuck.
Damn. Oh, sweetie, aren't you just adorable? You don't need an excuse to talk to me, you know.
Get me out of here!
If it's a chat and a hug you're fishing for, all you have to do is ask.
Watch out, Miles O! Incoming! You're like... I could swear I saw my life flash before my eyes.
Damn.
He did a Tekken backdash. Which chess set would that be, precisely?
Why, the one the victim brought in, sweetie. Do try to keep up. The victim was a certified chess fanatic, or so I'm led to believe. But the naughty boy snuck in a chisel inside of it. Can you imagine?
Did he take actual psychic damage, or did she make contact? No, it was definitely psychic damage. There was no actual contact. She was too far away.
Threat.
How does she know about the chisel in the chess set? Only a few people are supposed to know about that. After all, we only learned about it thanks to a certain deductions we made. How did she find out?
Could have been Gavel.
Yeah.
Of course, in the
Yeah, it's whatever. Is it the chess set? Okay, cool. Chess set works. Warden Lagarde, you strike me as being more careful than the image you project suggests.
Oh, Mr. Edward, please call me Fifi or Sweetie Pie if you prefer.
However, I think you may have been a little less careful than you realize in this instance.
Aren't you just the most adorable little creature? Don't be embarrassed. We're all family here.
Ugh.
Come on, Mr. Edward, don't let her get inside your head.
You said earlier that you didn't know much about Knight. In which case, I find it rather strange that you know about the chisel.
Well, of course I do, darling. Don't you think we don't check the prisoners when they come in?
Fucking.
Wow.
You're not talking your way out of this, Warden. That is irrelevant and you know it. Knight didn't bring the chess set into the prison himself. It was brought by Mr. Saint when he came to visit. Knight wouldn't have had it with him when he arrived.
What? I mean, of course that. When Mr. Saint came in, we...
You checked him. I find that hard to believe, because if you did, that makes your story all the stranger. If you found the chisel, why did you not confiscate it there and then? Judge Gavel, did you tell anyone about the hidden compartment in the chess set?
I did not.
If no one leaked our findings, then how exactly did you learn about the chisel, Warden Lagarde? Because it certainly couldn't have been when you checked Knight or Saint on their arrival.
Indeed, such a thing would imply an intentional oversight if it had been found, yet let through.
Precisely. So, Warden Lagarde, and answer truthfully this time, where and when did you learn about the chess set? If you won't answer, then allow me. I submit that you...
All right, darling. There's no need to rub it in. You got me, all right? I questioned Knight. That was when I learned about the chess set. But please, you have to believe me. I did not kill him. No. One moment, Warden. This is a significant development. The court requests that you make a detailed statement on the record. Any objections, Mr. Edgeworth?
None, Your Honor.
Thank you, darlings. I'll clear up this awful misunderstanding, I promise.
Uh-huh. Oh my god.
I just had to kiss my fair lips. Objection, please stop doing that. Very well, go ahead, Warden Lagarde, and please tell the truth this time.
Her lies are starting to wear thin. This is my chance to expose her! My Truth Part 2.
This time, truthier.
Yeah, two truth, two
I-
furious.
I said I questioned Knight, but it wasn't anything serious, you understand. I make a point of talking to every newcomer to our little home.
Uh-huh.
Knight said Knight was no different. We just had a little chat, you might call it. After we talked, I had him taken back to his cell straight away.
So he was in your office. The more she lies, the more thoroughly she seals her fate.
So it's simply a conversation with a new detainee. That seems entirely above board.
Uh-huh.
Exactly, Verity. Darling, I knew you'd understand.
Come here and give Mama a kiss.
You could kiss my ferret.
Indirect kiss via ferret. Well, I don't. What proof do you have to back up your statement?
I suppose we shall see, won't we, Mr. Edgeworth? You may begin your cross-examination.
Every newcomer? What did you and Knight speak about?
Oh, nothing much. Just some small talk, really. Asked him about what animals he liked and what his hobbies were.
And what were they? I imagine you talked about chess.
Oh, yes, I couldn't stop him talking about that, in fact. He'd even had a piece of paper covered up with little notes about it in his cell. At least, I think that's what they were about.
So she's seen Knight's correspondence chess diagram. How was he when you spoke with him?
Oh, he was so open and honest, darling.
Uh-huh.
What?
That guy? Honest?
He was talking about one croissant and promoting a prawn. I suppose he must have been hungry.
Okay, that actually does imply that she did talk to him.
Yeah.
Because he's talking about en passant and promoting a pawn. It seems he spared no one from his obsession with chess.
I mean, he did style his hair to be a knight.
Yep. If he really had gone back to his cell, he would still be alive today.
You really think I murdered the poor man right there in my office, don't you? But what would my motive have been, darling? I told you I barely knew him. I'm no angel. I have my grudges against Canis, but Knight had nothing to do with that animal.
Ooh, add that statement to your testimony. She really does hate Canis. Warden Lagarde, I must insist that you append that statement to your testimony.
Fine.
It's chess time, baby! Waggle, waggle. Judge Cavell, I'd like you to take a look at this.
Notes about a game of chess. What is the significance of this, Mr. Edgeworth?
It was found in Knight's cell, which is exactly where you said you saw it too, Warden Lagarde. But you didn't just see this game in Knight's cell, did you? You've seen it in Mr. Canis' cell too.
What do you mean?
Oh, come now. Don't tell me you haven't taken a look at the chessboard in maximum security. I imagine you watch his every move like a hawk. Or rather, I imagine you feel that doing so is your only option.
She wants to find out who his cronies are, right?
Personally interrogating your own prisoners is highly irregular, to say the least. But as you said, Mr. Canis had threatened you. He put your precious home at risk. That's why you took it upon yourself to question him. You wanted to find out who his dogs were.
And so what if I did?
You also told us you read his letters, which means you must have known about one key fact. You knew he was playing correspondence chess! And then who should appear but Knight, carrying with him a diagram of a very particular game. We ourselves used that diagram to infer a connection between the two men. And it seems you came to the same conclusion. But in your fear, you took your reasoning one step further. You surmised that Knight was Mr. Canis' henchman, sent to kill you! Which is the real reason she had that chat with the Bronxster. If his boss wouldn't crack, maybe he would. When you questioned Knight, you made another discovery. For there inside his chess set, you found a hidden chisel.
The murder weapon itself.
As far as you were concerned, that chisel meant one thing, Canis. Thus, you convinced yourself the Knight was working for Canis, and that is why you killed him. I see you have no more excuses. Judge Cavell, your verdict, please.
Much as it grieves me, there would appear to be a little room for doubt. Donk. I hereby give my verdict. Bronco Knight was murdered by... In the name of the goddess of justice, who is it this time? Warden? It's a joke. It's all a big stupid joke. You people just don't get it, do you?
I think we've proven that it's you who didn't understand things correctly.
Me? Please, darling. I understand it all perfectly well, Terry. Thank you very much.
That was a very good me.
Oh my god! Yo, what kind of tricks is this little man doing?
He's doing tricks on her!
Holy shit. I'm about to take off. And I understand there's a glaring contradiction in your theory, Mr. Edgeworth.
Can we give the ferret a treat?
Oh yeah, we gotta give this ferret a treat.
Oh no. I know what it is. No! I was blocking the wrong side. I got mixed. I got mixed by the cheese. Cheese mix.
Sets you freeze.
You're just grasping at straws now. I have no time for this. Your Honor, the verdict.
I'm curious to hear what the warden has to say.
Uh-huh. Come on.
Your doll, Verity. I have one last thing to say. Then Mr. Edgeworth can declare himself the winner.
You rang?
Does anybody remember a certain autopsy report? Of course, we received the finalized version only this morning.
That's right. No, it's still you.
That's right. That's right. And I was listening to what you told us about it. Verity, even nobody else was. You said the wound was 4 inches deep. 4 inches.
Wait.
Riddle me this, Mr. Edgeworth. How does a tiny chisel make a 4-inch wound?
No!
Forgive me, oh goddess, I came perilously close to making a terrible decision. Looks like your theory is the one that doesn't hold water, Mr. Edgeworth. What now?
Power!
What do we do now?
It'll be fine. Mr. Edgeworth always comes through, right, sir? Except for the times when he's up against that blue guy. Looks to me like the Milesatron's out of commission. That one's rough. That one's hard to forgive. You're in Journey 2, aren't you? Why don't you do something? Turn things on their head with a desperate bluff. Blurt out the first mind-blowing thing that comes to you. Look, Detective, I'm as much of a man of action as the next guy, but without evidence, we're up a creek without a paddle here. This might be the end of the road.
We can't give up now. We have to do something.
I'm certain that Warden Lagarde is the killer. It's the only explanation that fits the facts of the case. But if the chisel wasn't the murder weapon, what other bladed weapon is there here in the facility?
It seems we still do not have all the answers, nor the evidence to prove those answers. Alas, we must wait until the trial to see this matter resolved, I'm afraid.
Objection!
Aw, come on, G. You're just giving the killer a chance to destroy the evidence.
Are you calling the judicial process into question, Mr. Fender?
Nope, not me. Nuh-uh. I tried, Miles. Any bright ideas? What is the real murder weapon, since it's clearly not the chisel? Fuck it! This question throws everything we've deduced out the window!
Nothing to add, Mr. Edgeworth? Allow me to remind you that claims not supported by sufficient evidence are subject to the harshest penalties.
I can't think of anything! I need more time! Loath as I am to admit it,
You can't give up now. Remember what Mr. Fender said. Simeon's counting on us. Without us, he's... Remember how upset he was? How devastated? Nobody's in more pain than him over Mr. Knight's death.
Well, there's someone who's in pain right now.
There's no way he did it. But if we can't save him, who will? And what's more, he believes in us. He's sitting in that cell waiting for us to bring him some good news. And I, for one, won't walk away until we have some.
Okay, that's a really great and inspirational speech. It doesn't give us any more evidence. Okay. Gee, Miles, your little buddy there's quite the motivational speaker. And she's right, too. When you find yourself on the ropes, think of your client. Picture them pleading with you to help them. Doesn't that make you want to fight back as hard as you can until the very end? Think of your old man. Good old Gregory. No matter how bad things looked, he'd always find a way to turn it around and save his client. And you just like him, right? If there's any way to force a turnabout here, you're the one who'll find it. Simeon's counting on you. Judge Gavelle.
You seem to have recovered your composure, Mr. Edgeworth. But if you meant to attempt a defense, I would advise you to consider the ramifications. You've repeatedly You've repeatedly proposed misguided theories and have made numerous false accusations.
I made a couple of really good ones, though, too. So, is that anything? No? All right, I guess I'll just go fuck myself.
Fuck yourself with this big hammer. If you do so again, I will have no choice but to judge you unfit to serve as a prosecutor and relieve you of your badge for good.
Okay. I have put forward a number of theories that prove to be flawed in one way or another. Have I made some sort of fundamental oversight? Wait, she said my theories were misguided.
Nothing to say? Then the court will tolerate no more of your time wasting. I hereby...
Sir!
Mr. Edgeworth! Don't. Give my verdict.
That's it. I've been thinking about it the wrong way all this time. My theories weren't misguided. I was being misled.
The defendant...
Shut the fuck up! I think it's a little soon for that, Your Honor.
I'd say it's well past due, darling. Don't you agree, Verity? Mr. Edgeworth, you may proceed. What?
I'd like to remind you of a few things. The sighting of his dog Helmet, the fact that he wasn't at the show. These and other factors made Mr. Canis the obvious suspect at first.
This again, Mr. Edgeworth. You seem almost proud of your blunder.
But what if the real killer wanted us to suspect Mr. Canis? What if it was all carefully arranged? And what if the same was true of the chisel, our purported murder weapon? Knight had been stabbed multiple times in the same place with a bladed instrument. Oh yeah, that did happen, the multiple times. What if he was stabbed with a chisel after the real murder weapon had been removed? Just to leave traces of blood on it for us to find. Negative! That was how the killer misled us into thinking the chisel is the murder weapon. But why mislead us in this way? Why indeed? Why make us think the chisel is a murder weapon rather than whatever was really used? In order to get Canis transferred. Warden, you took advantage of what the chisel seemed to suggest.
what it suggested? What are you talking about, darling?
Mr. Winner, if I were to tell you the murder weapon was a chisel, what would you think?
I can't believe we're actually asking him directly.
I need to get the most layman, easy to fool idiot to answer this question. That Mr. Canis is the killer? Yeah, that was the trap the warden set.
Oh, Mr. Canis had a bunch of chisels, so she wanted us to think it was one of his, right?
Indeed, that was her plan right from the start. To frame Bodhidharma Canis.
Your reasoning would appear to be sound. Warden Lagarde certainly seems to harbor a deep and abiding hatred for Mr. Canis. However, I think you know what I'm going to say next. That alone is not sufficient proof that Warden Lagarde is the killer.
I knew that wouldn't be enough. There's only one thing that will prove it. The real murder weapon that we now know must exist.
If you cannot prove your theory, then this conversation ends here.
I can prove it. If we could just find the real murder weapon. How many times do we have to go over this? We searched the prison from top to bottom.
Eustace is quite correct. No other possible murder weapon has been found, so I'm afraid you're at a bit of an impasse.
I can still prove my case yet, Your Honor, because it's still here inside this prison. This would have made sure of that. The security gate! I'm glad you at least remember what it is. Do you remember what it does? Of course I do, I'm not an idiot. The security gate detects metal. Which means you can't bring anything metal into the prison or take it out. Oh! Precisely. If there is another murder weapon, it cannot have been taken off the premises.
Nor could it have been brought into the prison at the first place. So we have found ourselves right back where we began.
Judge Cavell.
What I am trying to tell you, Mr. Edgeworth, is that if you wish me to believe that there is another murder weapon here in the prison, you will also have to explain to me how it got here.
Okay, we know that the chisel was smuggled into the prison inside a pocket chest set. Our contention is that the chisel is not the real murder weapon. So if the weapon came from outside the facility, then there must have been a way to bring it in.
Yes, the question of the hour is this. Can you show me this alternate route?
How did the weapon Warden Lagarde used to get into the prison? Oh, yeah, okay. Of course, that's how. The fact that this is here with us shows how a ablative object could have been brought into the facility as well. It being the bell. Which we haven't presented yet. Allow me to remind you of our conversation with Mr. Canis yesterday.
Oh, sorry. Yes, it was but one of my bells. One of only two in existence.
Just two?
Two and only two. One for my knife and one for my beloved helmet. Exquisitely crafted, utterly unique. My ears are my guide after all, and I must be able to use my tools precisely. Of course, as you said, the knife has long been taken from me.
So you see, there is a way for objects to be brought into the prison unscrutinized, as part of the evidence Warden Lagarde borrowed from the police. What? Mr. Canis' knife was part of the evidence in the case against him, and that evidence was here in the prison. Not only that, but the knife had a certain bell attached to it.
The bell that was attached to the chisel.
Correct. The killer took the bell from the knife and attached it to the chisel.
But that can't be right. The chisel only had Mr. Knight's fingerprints on it.
Easy enough to explain if the killer wore gloves. She made it look as if the chisel was the murder weapon and then attached the bell to it. In so doing, she made sure that all the evidence pointed to Mr. Canis. And who had access to the evidence from which the bell was taken? Why, only the person to whom it had been entrusted. Who was it, sir? Who's been messing with the evidence?
I believe that would be you. Isn't that correct, Warden Lagarde? Bill's not exactly rare, you know. Anybody could have set that up.
No. Unluckily for you, that isn't quite true. These particular bells are unique because there are only 2 of them in existence.
What?
By attaching that bell to the chisel, you as good as declared yourself the killer.
But you don't have any proof that the knife was ever even here to begin with.
I don't. Not yet, anyway. Mr. Winner, I'd like you to order another search of the prison right away. Huh? But if you do find something, that's gonna make things awkward for me. This isn't about what's convenient for you! We have to find the truth! You're a prosecutor, aren't you? Well, yeah, but, you know... This worthless excuse for a prosecutor. If I had investigative authority, I wouldn't be sitting on it. Anyhow, it's not my decision to make. The warden would have to authorize it. You know full well that she will do no such thing. You have the power to insist on a search. Use it!
Sorry, darling, but not without that evidence. The Goddess of Justice cannot bestow her blessings on those who lack the proof to support their claims. Our work here is done. The rest of this matter will have to be settled in the courtroom.
No! If we give Lagarde the opportunity, she'll destroy whatever evidence is left. I have to object. I have to stop them. But what do I say? I don't have anything concrete to offer. What am I thinking? I'm never this reckless. No, I can't back down now. I've got to put everything on the line. I'm not a prosecutor right now. I'm an associate attorney with a client to defend.
Think about what a funny alligator might have eaten.
Only I can save Mr. Saint, and that means... Even if my chances are 1,000,000 to 1, it's still worth a shot. It's now or never. Should I object? Yeah. Like, come on. Suppose this must be how a certain serial bluffer feels. It's finally time. It's finally appropriate. It's finally that man o'clock. I really thought it'd come up more often than this. This is seen rare pickings.
Damn. What is this series without the homoeroticism?
I know, right? All right. Finally used for the intended purpose. Thank you. Okay. Regardless, I cannot walk away. Wait, Your Honor.
This had better be good, Mr. Edgeworth.
I've got it.
Got what exactly?
Don't you know? Milk.
Oh.
The
I'm
real
lactose
murder weapon, of
intolerant.
course. I know where Mr. Canis's knife is. Sorry, did you say something about tummy?
Oh, I said, I'm lactose intolerant.
I've got it, Judge. If you don't let me do the search, I'm going to drink this entire gallon of milk, and not even the fact that we're in an open-air prison yard will save you.
Do you really, Mr. Edgeworth?
I do. No.
If I did not know any better, I would say that you were bluffing.
Ha! You wound me, Your Honor. I don't know the meaning of the word. He's really good at pretending he doesn't know shit right now. This is really good writing, I think. It's terrible for my heart.
There's no way you could. It's not here, I tell you. Well, would you be so kind to as to enlighten us where the real murder weapon is?
Think, Miles, think. Somewhere not even the police would search, a blind spot in this zoo, a hiding place that the warden could be absolutely sure of. A hiding place?
Yeah.
No. Because it's an animal's mouth again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bleh. Bleh.
Yeah.
Did she use the same trick? No, that's ridiculous. Isn't it? more I think about it, how many foolproof ways to evade detection could there be?
Mr. Edgeworth, how long do you intend to keep us waiting?
There's the faintest possibility I'm right, but if I'm wrong, we stand to lose everything. Your Honor, this is where the real murder weapon is hidden.
Boink. Here? In the yard?
Indeed.
I don't believe I understand. Would you care to explain a little more?
No, do it yourself. Of course! That's what it must have been! Huh? What's the matter, detective? It's the metal detector, sir. It's reacted to the alligator.
What? How?
The metal detector was reacting to something inside her after all. Your Honor, I'd like to remind you of this piece of evidence.
The chisel.
Didn't we just figure out that that isn't the murder weapon? You might recall that Mr. Canis hid this chisel in his dog's mouth. Would you believe that the real murder weapon was hidden in much the same way? That's right! The murder weapon is hidden inside the alligator in that pond over there! What? No way! We detect the presence of a metallic object during our earlier investigation. Judge Cavell, we need to know what's inside that alligator.
Understood. I am taking this very seriously. Then we will need to summon a veterinarian.
I can do it.
I'm sure I I'm sure I could get the little sweetie to open up for us. I'd be happy to give it a try.
Please, by all means.
Bonk.
Coughs out a knife at speed. Oh no, I've been stabbed! This is so bad, I'm losing so much blood. Warden Lagarde, the real murder weapon is about to be revealed. Why not do the right thing and confess?
I have nothing to confess.
As you wish. Simply wait and watch as your lies are exposed. Sir, we got it!
This has to be it.
It's over, Fifi Lagarde. The real murder weapon has bodied Harmer Canis' knife, making you the only person who could have killed Bronco Knight.
I'm not the criminal here. This is Canis' doing. I did the right thing. Knight was a threat. He was Canis' lapdog. Curse that despicable man, Canis. Why did he have to come and ruin my perfect little home? We could have been happy forever if it wasn't for him. He ruined my paradise on earth. He ruined everything. Curse him. Curse that pitiless busher. That awful, terrible man. Curse him. Explosion. I've been a criminal the entire time.
And also, it was all ferrets. I have seen that freak out before, but it's also really fucking good. Ferret time, baby.
Ferret time.
March 29, detention center corridor.
Thwinner. Prosecutor Thwinner, sir. The test results have just come back.
Thwinner? Guess we've all been under a lot of stress. It's...
Traces of Bronco's blood were found on Mr. Canis' knife. It's just like you said, sir. Congratulations on a stunning victory.
Thank you, officer. Excellent work. You can continue complimenting me if you like.
Yes, sir. The winner wins again. I think I'm welling up a little.
With rage? God, they're really good at putting him down.
excellent work, Eustace. Just a few loose ends to tie up and we're done.
Uh-huh. Huh? What are you talking about? I just solved the case, didn't I? We have yet to confirm whether or not Knight really was working for Mr. Canis. No! No! Hi.
Get shanksed.
I got shanksed. Welcome. We just solved the case.
Welcome,
and-
we just solved the case.
Caught the damn loach. Zelda, right? So is that hard, Rari?
I don't remember.
Well, I hope it was not too hard. I hope you enjoyed fishing? No, I think I have seen a clip of someone. People thought it was fake. That's how rare and hard it was. Okay. That makes sense. I do remember seeing a clip on Tumblr of another streamer getting like a fish from Zelda on like the first try. And being like, whoa, like it's hard. And that's like an impressive thing. So maybe it was that, but like, hard. Anyways, an hour and a half. Yeah, okay. All right. Fish be hard, huh? Anyways, with rage, we hate.
More like with big shanks.
Welling up with Big Shanks. Hi, Big Shanks. Don't feel like bouncing today, huh? It's pretty late.
Yeah, just taking it easy. Everyone say hi, Big Shanks.
Hi, Big Shanks.
Hi, Big Shanks.
I'd wave, but I'm dead. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Bye, Big Shanks.
Regular Shanks.
Regular Shanks attack.
Regular stinks. All right. It'll be vital to know if Warden Lagarde was simply jumping to conclusions on that front. Huh? There's Clueless, and then there's you. Well, then I guess we better get back to our investigation. All right, officer, you're with me. You're about to see the winner win a whole lot more. Prepare to witness first-rate investigative talent in action.
Yes, sir. I'm with you, sir. Can't wait to watch you at work.
It's winning time!
I have to be nice. I have to be nice. I expect this will cause quite a stir. The attempted murder of a president is news enough, and now this would-be assassin has been murdered.
But I never sought to kill the president in the first place.
The truth is not always as important as it might seem, Mr. Edgeworth.
Fucking A.
In the eyes of both society and the law. How can you even say that? You do not have to believe me. However, as a prosecutor, Mr. Edgeworth is obliged to accept that this is the reality of the world he operates in.
Being a prosecutor is about more than proving people guilty. That's what I believe.
We are all free to believe as we choose, but the law is not to be toyed with for our own personal goals. If you refuse to accept this, then you must prepare to suffer the consequences.
What does that even mean? Wait, you're not gonna take his...
I'm afraid I must be going now. Farewell, Mr. Edgeworth.
Judge Gavel's right. There must only be one set of laws for everyone. But if following the law means sacrificing the truth, can I really do that in good conscience?
Yippee! Simeon, you're out!
Hi, Regina.
Is everything alright? They did let you out, right?
Yeah? But I'm so confused about what's going on. Some guy just came and said I was free to go, that I have Mr. Edgeworth to thank.
You sure do. Mr. Edgeworth found out who the real killer is.
Wow, really? You did that for me, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh no. No, stop staring at me like that. I'm innocent, I swear! Don't pull the rug out from under me now!
Stop it, silly. It's true. He saved you. So say thanks already.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Thank you.
And a and a great big Regina Berry thank you from me to you. Sorry, the last name is like Regina Berry. It's just,
Yeah, no, that seemed like a sentence you really did have to prep for. Mr. Saint talking directly to me? Small victories, I suppose. Can I just ask one question, Mr. Attorney? Sure. I'm not actually an attorney, though. I thought Bronco was my friend. No, my best friend. I trusted him, but now...
but now?
Well, it's just... I never knew. I never would have believed that he could hate somebody enough to want to kill them. If he kept something like that from me, then he never really trusted me, did he?
That's not true, Simeon. Of course he trusted you.
No, he didn't. If he had, if he just told me, I could have stopped him. I could have told him that hate never helps, that he had to let go of all that stuff. Mr. Saint, I think you're forgetting something. The thing that proves Knight trusted him, is it the chess set that he asked him to... It's the chess set I brought for him. Knight had hidden a chisel inside. I imagine he meant to use it to escape. What? You mean he was using me? I mean, yeah. No, he believed in you. He knew he could count on you to bring it, and that you would never be so untrusting as to look inside. I imagine that by not telling, he was hoping you could keep you from getting caught up in his mess. Oh. Bronco! Why didn't you tell me? Ah!
At least you understand now, right, Simeon? I'm sure he does. He may not show it, but Simeon's no dummy. A good night's sleep, and he'll be completely over this thing by tomorrow.
Completely over your best friend being dead.
Your childhood orphanage friend.
That's not as complimentary as you think it is. I'll try. I have to. For Bronco. I have to show him I can be the best animal trainer out there. That's the spirit. Oh, I almost forgot. We're doing a new show soon. I'd love it if you could come, Mr. Edgeworth. I can't believe it. It's him again. It's fucking, God. I forget what his fucking name is. It's like Max Fantastic or something. Max Magician. Berry Big Circus. Max Galactica is his fucking name.
That is a name.
Yeah. It was even more grandiose than I could have possibly imagined. I'll be joining Regina on stage for this one. Regina.
Oh, sorry. God. That's right. The Berry Big Circus is the biggest, most fabulous event in town. You'll have oodles of fun. Sounds great, doesn't it, Miss? Come, you have to.
Oh no. Are you back? Internet cut out for a little bit there.
Oh, hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay, you're back.
Am I? Hello.
Well, I'll think about it.
Think about it. All right, Simeon, we've got some training to do. I think it's time for you and Regent. I think it's time for you and Regent to get acquainted.
What? Regent the tiger? No way! I can't! No!
Oh, you'll be fine, silly. You'll never meet a nicer kitty cat.
I can't! Whee! Please, Regina, anything but that, please! Another satisfied customer. So does he like pay you now, or? That was really something, Smiles. Talk about pulling it out of the bag. I couldn't have done it without you, Fender. Without your timely intervention, she would have gotten away. Besides, I have you to thank for even being able to investigate the case in the first place. Oh, stop it. Pat me on the back any harder, and you're gonna make me blush or topple over. I suppose it would be asking too much for you to take this seriously. Seriously, Miles, my friend, I'm always serious. Anyway, how does it feel to save an innocent client? That's what it means to be an attorney, after all. To be an attorney. Gotta say, I had a blast.
Blue. He thought that in blue.
Yeah. Gotta say, I had a blast. Reminded me of the good old days. Like Gregory was standing right there beside me. It's been like a zillion years since I felt this warm and fuzzy on the job. That's good? Bittersweet? I'm not sure. Say, Miles, you ever thought about going into the defense game full time? Excuse me? You know, pick up where Gregory left off. Get out there and actually help people. Hey, pal, don't get any big ideas. Mr. Edgeworth ain't about to switch sides. Why not? Coming over to the light side's all the rage. Everybody's doing it these days.
Come on, Mr. Fender, you know it's not about that.
Chill, team, chill. Don't get it twisted. I was just asking a perfectly innocent question.
No, you weren't.
The heck you were! Looks like you got a mean defense team there yourself, Miles. Fender, I am a prosecutor. Yep, now I'm an attorney. You could be one too. I'm serious. Well, I've said my piece. You change your mind, you know who to call. I'll be waiting. Wave. Bye-bye. Fender out. Following my father's footsteps. Could I really do such a thing? I'm gonna become a defense attorney just like my dad. Point. This old ass fucking art.
Yeah.
This is like from the original Ace Attorney trilogy re-release. My god. Oh, it's him.
Wow.
An attorney. Like my father. Me? He got shot in the chest.
Damn.
He's dead. And well, I gotta save my progress.
More like progress.
Yeah. Now I like his strut. That's so true. Honestly. Turnabout Legacy. Look at that hat. It's him. We play as
him.
Gregory. What the fuck?
Wow, they're Greggles.
I don't want to actually start the episode. I just wanted to go to the title screen so I could look at it. No. I guess we're going to watch the opening cutscene, I guess.
Samson
And Judy's Bake Bob.
Bacon Bob.
Your 3 p.m. cake extravaganza.
And that P looks way too much like a D.
Macarons, waffles with cream, chiffon cakes that are light as a dream.
Laugh and sing, smile, it's true. All that sweetness waiting for you.
Look there!
What,
Over
where?
there! The oven's got something special to share.
Bing.
Now, let's see what we've got for you!
It's cooking time. You ready to make something special together?
Shakes. Hi, Tiger. Oh,
Damn.
TV off. Yeah, talk about a blast from the past. Hey, Gregory. I'm going back there tomorrow with your boy. I'm finally going to find out what happened 18 years ago. Look at him. Look at how young he is.
Damn. So full of life.
We're actually just wrapping up. We're done.
Yeah. We've killed the case.
Yay. There's no more case. We're going back to title.
Yeah.
See, I wanted to get back here so that we could look at the gallery. 18 years ago, so Eddie's 20. No, Eddie was 36, I think. So 18 years ago, he would have been 18.
18. Even younger. I thought it was... Yeah, he's definitely younger than 38.
Sprites for the Aminals.
Aminal.
There's no other sprite.
Monkey.
Hello, guard. I forgot he did these fucking hands.
Yeah, jazz hands.
Dog. Monkey.
Damn.
Ferret time! Whoop. Now she's so
Can't believe it.
cold.
Can't believe it.
That Teddy jumping away is really good. I got hit, but it's okay. Unfortunately, we don't have the attorneys yet, since they have other sprites that might not be shown, you know? But we can look at the original art style for the rabbit.
Yo! That's 4 pixels of terror for those
That's
eyes.
Missile!
Yeah! Orcus. Arr.
Aw, look at him!
I kind of like the sprite more.
Yeah, it's like bigger eyes proportionally. It feels like it. I don't know. I think they're just too low down.
I think the roundness, it just feels a little bit more round.
Oh yeah, less of a snout and more of just like a real teddy bear.
Yeah, a real goofy little goober.
Yeah. That's just a 1-to-1.
Yeah, it's good though. 1-to-1.
Yeah, something with the hooves looks a bit different, but I mean, yeah. Let's see. Is there anything else? Helmet? Oh, look at him. That's a totally different breed of dog. It's got 2 big jowls now, you know?
I think that was always intended. They just couldn't get it across in the low resolution sprite.
That's fair. You do still need to have it look like it has a mouth.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, he looks fucked up.
It is pretty crazy how much you can get out of like these low resolution sprites though. Yeah, the high res sprites definitely work a lot better. But the weird like cutting of the sprite to
Yeah,
the
it
high
really
res form,
sucks.
yeah, it doesn't work.
Oh, this is when she assaults Fetty.
The cutting of the sprite here really hurts Rocco's fucking head shape.
Yeah, I do think that it was intended to be like this, like blunt. Like he looks like a Punch Out character, you know?
Yeah.
But it is pretty exaggerated, and it would not have worked in HD. So I can understand the hesitation to use something like that. Fascinating.
Fascinating.
Yeah. All right. Wheel photo album.
Look at this little idiot.
Ah! A bug! Dad, it's over there. Get it. All right. Well, that's where we're gonna cut the stream for today. I've got Ace Attorney scheduled again for Wednesday, so we can get into this Turnabout Legacy. Then maybe I should take a break. Nah, I'll do it. It's a lot of Ace Attorney. Is my only thing. Yeah, I'll see how I'm feeling.
Okay.
Who's still alive?
Who's still alive?
Fucking everyone, Jesus Christ.
Kill them.
You know what? Let's go raid Sunflower Smith.
Okay.
Game's great, though. It is great. Oh, boy. What's up?
Looking at you,
Yeah, why?
staring.
We are all staring.
I cannot approach any further.
Fucking, Hisatsu! I can't get my arms high enough to do the Akuma pose, but... Yeah. All right. Wednesday will be the start of Case 3, and Friday will be the end of Pokemon stuff. Then the next week, I might take a break a couple days in there for birthday stuff. But, yeah. I hope everyone has a good rest of your night. Let's get ready to raid Smith. Be sure to post this Riolu because... you gotta. Oh, my bones. I hope that everyone has a good rest of your night, and we'll see you Wednesday. Bye!
Bye bye.